And we are live.
Hey.
How is everyone?
G'day.
I almost looked at the wrong camera because I wish it there.
I fully looked at the camera in the middle and I'm like, that's not on me.
Yeah, both of us would be like,
Well, it's weird because you don't actually it's very hard to see the cameras. I'm not sure what it's like.
Yeah.
but
They
disappear
He
behind the
kind
light.
of
Yeah.
disappears behind the light. So it's it's really good. How are we all? It's been I think you were
We were last week. Last week we had viticulture.
Yeah. We're still missing Rowan. He's hurt his back, so he's still out.
yeah,
And
but put up with me instead.
Tim's under the weather as well. So we've got Kate instead.
Get well soon, guys.
Yeah. Tonight we are playing Forgotten Waters. It's technically not a legacy, but it is a campaign. They do say it's a campaign. We'll figure out how we're going to do it as a campaign because there is instruction in the book, but who reads the book?
Watch videos, guys. We teach you how to play.
Have we played anything in between this and...
This week I played Space Base. So I don't know if you know about
No, no.
Space Base. Okay, so you have basically spots or slots through 1 to 12, sectors 1 to 12, and you've got ships in each of the sectors, and then you roll 2 dice, and you can activate on either the combination of those 2 dice. So let's say you roll a 1 and a 5. You can activate the ship in Sector 6, or you can activate the ship in Sector 1 and the ship in Sector 5. And they basically give you money or some sort of victory points, and then you can use the money to upgrade your ships to then go into the new slots, roll the dice again. The good thing about it is I can do something on my turn, but then you can do something on my turn as well. I can do something on your turn. So it works really, really well. Really good game, really smart game. I'm really enjoying it. So I think it might be one. It might be the next purchase. Because it's only about $40.
Oh, really?
So nice, cheap game. I think you guys would like it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking okay. Hit the table again. I love that little panda.
Yeah.
A 1-1 gets in, but my panda does not eat bamboo. I ignore the panda so frequently, and I just grow the bamboo, and then I pick up more objective cards about growing bamboo. Yeah, feed the panda. Nah, the Emperor doesn't care. He just wants to see a nice garden. I look forward to winning again, but not anytime soon.
Yep, beautiful. And Kate, any other games? Well, you were on
I think
Sunday stuff
you
as well.
saw me play Fog of Love, but then we also went upstairs after Fog of Love and played Orphan...
Endangered Orphans of Condal Cove.
Yeah, that,
So
which was hilarious.
yeah, so we've got this as our. This will be April's Tuesdays.
Mhm.
So there's 5 scenarios that are free. We can get the DLCs if we want to keep going. But on the Saturdays, we've got one night, which I've been talking to the developer about. I've got all of the Survival Studios games.
Yeah.
So we're going to do, they've got a bunch of smaller games. So we're going to do their Endangered Orphans of Condal Cove, Stuffed, and Sugar Ponies.
Okay.
And then we've got a big game, which is D6, which is Dungeons, Dames, Dudes. It's like a
60.
condensed
That
down.
massive box.
That-
over
Yeah,
there.
that massive box over
yeah.
there. Yeah.
That's just outside frame.
Yeah, Dungeons, Dudes, Dames, Danger, Dice, and Dragons. So it's like a Dungeons and Dragons boiled down into a board game.
Okay.
Kind of playthrough. So, and then obviously on Saturday we've got Formula D again. So
So excited.
that should be good fun because when we last played it, that was
10
before Christmas. That was a huge
Yeah.
game. But we'll play that with
Massive.
yeah,
So
we-
much fun.
We'll play that with 5 or 6 or 7 however many people here. But we'll actually also do the proper teach for it because that was before we did the teachers
Yes,
in the
it
board game
was.
bar. So
Mm.
yeah.
What have you been playing?
So that was
Yeah.
Fog of Love.
Fog of Love.
Orphans. We were testing it out.
Can I also tell you what you've been playing?
Mhm.
Pandemic Legacy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I
god!
don't want to not forget that.
Pandemic Legacy is a lot of fun, but super stressful. I'm not a fun person playing it.
I've got Kate opposite me, who's up and down pacing. Then I've got Holly next to me, who's like,
It's the most fun.
But we had our first loss. We got all the way to September. We got all the way to September before we actually.
And then we lasted 3 turns.
Yeah,
Shit
it didn't even
exploded.
get around to Dan. It had Holly, it had me, it had Kate,
And
it
I
was
pulled
Dan.
epidemic cards I game.
Yeah.
I had been like majority, like
I
maybe
think I
75-80%.
I got an epidemic, and then Holly got, and then
And
Kate
I
got.
pulled one the next turn. And it just
It was just the shuffling. It ended up that one pandemic was so high up on the. It would have been the top of the second stack and the bottom of the first stack.
And they were right next to each other, so they imploded into each other and went
Yeah.
pew, pew. Anyways.
And it just caused this cascade that we just.
Great game. We're enjoying it a lot.
Oh yeah, hilarious, and also D&D. So they got some D&D dice. So Holly's got some D&D. Kate's got some D&D. The kids have their D&D dice. So yeah, so we're definitely getting into that. And then I've also been working on the iDie as well, which is the digital dice concept. So that's we've got the proof of concept working now. It's about doing a minimal viable product version of it, so that we can actually send it out, start getting people using it, which will then give us more feedback in terms of what works on it, what doesn't, what people want to see with and how they want to use it. So, and realistically, is it in a usable state to actually give out? Because ultimately, I know how to fix things, so if anything breaks, I don't really think about it, I just fix it. And that's not really a state you want to something to be in. So, well, actually, that's a good introduction. Anything else we want to add? We've got.
Where
We're
are
doing
you
a
up to in Panda?
We're at September.
September. Oh, okay, so we're actually headed in there. So.
Yeah, we're way slowed down. We've just been playing on the local games instead.
Yeah. Any others? When's next?
We really need
podcast?
to do a podcast. Yeah, we really should, because you got a really good topic to talk about, actually, which I won't spoil, but I think it's worth a conversation, certainly between you and I and Callum, anyway, because I think you guys. Well, I won't spoil it. I think we should do it. I really do. We should do it. I think it'd be a really good conversation.
Super keen.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's switch over to live view. We have the table set up. That's all there. It is ready. We've also got the app on our computer, so we'll actually play the sounds. Hopefully the background shanty piratey noise isn't too loud. If it is, let us know in the chat.
Yo-ho, pirate's life for me.
But let's actually start by introducing our pirates. David, how about you?
I am Chuck the Walrus, the thespian pirate. Backstory, you want the backstory?
Yeah,
Sure.
The Walrus. Ever since I was a child, I've been called to the stage. At a young age, I was chosen to perform in a travelling comedy troupe, funded by the Jondrum's Pickled Alpaca Feet Company. This troupe would travel from city to city and perform for nobles and the public alike. In one city, the rich noble count who ruled there was particularly struck by my performance and hired me to be his court jester. Since then, I've performed hundreds of songs and plays and skits for the count, including The Tragedy of King Spork III, Sea Beasts and Sensibilities, and of course the ever-popular Prosciutto, A Love Story. But now the count has every shred of material I have, and so, in an attempt to craft new stories for my benefactor, I have taken leave to join a pirate crew, my crew, and gain wealth of experience to bring back to the count. These pirates may be a rough and ragged bunch, but they seem to genuinely enjoy my craft, and I'm already learning so many new tales. I just hope I survive long enough to make it back to court.
Beautiful. Tell them, who do we have?
Yar, my name is Peanut Dehydrated. As a child, I was left in an orphan after me father and mother were tragically killed after eating an improperly prepared barracuda. Years later, I found out the chef who made the dish had stored the ingredients in a pail of wet emu manure, resulting in my parents' demise. I killed the fold and fled and took a new identity aboard a pirate ship. Life on the ocean is hard, but pirates don't make it no easier for themselves. They store their black powder haphazardly. They're always operating the ship while drunk on durian wine, and they refuse to wear proper flotation vests while on deck. If it weren't for me, these salty foods would have sunk ages ago. If only I could get Chuck the Walrus to wash his hands every few weeks we might have a shot at becoming the best pirate on this team.
Beautiful. Before Kate introduces her, Purvis actually added a link into chat on shanties and sea songs.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Songs of the sea.
Arr.
And Kate, who do you have?
I am Iggy the Swallow.
Oh.
Who?
I feel like every time you say your name, mate, we're all like,
Yes, please do it. I've served on a dozen pirate ships under legendary pirates like Jonesy Two Eyes and the dreaded Mariah Beard. I've led the charge against countless foes in battle and proven my worth as a shipmate and warrior time and time again. I've amassed rare treasures like the Crown of the Eagle, the Crimson Cape of Calavia, and the Gilded Blade of Sarazan. I've travelled to distant lands like the Monastery of the Silent Salamander, the Forbidden City of Golbara, and the Tomb of the Sleeping Phoenix. I'm a true pirate with a love for the sea and an eye for adventure, and I ain't, as several of my fellow pirates continue to claim, a magically animated skeleton. These rumours continue to dog me and follow me from ship to ship, but how could I possibly be a magically animated skeleton? That ain't possible. I'm a pirate and a damn good one. Not
Just
in case you were wondering what my character was.
She's not a magically animated skeleton.
Good. Fabulous.
Alright, sounds like fun. I am Creepy Aurora. I'd spent my entire life on dry land. I owned a quaint little bakery with my spouse and children. We made all sorts of cakes and pies for royal types. But it wasn't until we started making blue whale custard pastries that things changed. The royals couldn't get enough of those pastries, and we made a pretty penny. Eventually, Duke Wallace himself ordered a dozen to sample. How was I supposed to know he'd be allergic to the main ingredient? The royals quickly charged me with murder, and I was forced to go on the lam or face the hangman's noose. Luckily, or perhaps unluckily, a pirate ship was in the port at the same time the captain agreed to take me on. It was only a few hours out of port before I realised the sway of the ocean sent my stomach into a lurching tizzy. I could hardly keep down my mouldy bread stored below deck. Never mind cookies, seafood in red sauce, which I always promptly retch overboard moments after eating. If I'm to survive at all, I'll need to clear my name and find a way home and get off this wretched pirate boat before it's too late.
What a wonderful crew. Well done.
Wow, we are an interesting set of humans.
Oh my god, I salivated a lot doing that. All right.
This feels like what is that movie where he ate his liver with a glass of milk?
There's some what is it? ASMR for that. All right. So we'll play the scenario setup when I can find my mouse from this distance. There we go.
Long ago, people spoke of a land called Sunset, a place full of honorable merfolk, powerful witches, towering monsters, and legendary pirates. A world that stretched so far and wide that not even the royal mounts could claim dominion over it. But as the years passed and the world twisted, the legend of Sunset faded and most forgot about its wonder. Most except Captain Jesbet J. Vance. He never for a moment questioned that Sunset was real and spent his life searching for it. Now an old man, he has decided to set off on one last adventure to find the fabled waters of Sunset and has convinced you to join him. Your quest begins in search of the fabled clearing stone. Captain Vance is convinced it is the key to getting into Sunset. You have struck some luck in acquiring a map that should lead you to the stone, but none of you can understand it in its entirety. Because of this, you sail to Precipice Island, where an old friend of the captain may be able to decipher the map. The quest seems easy enough, but Captain Vance's previous adventures have made him some enemies, most notable of which is the Royal Mont family, who have hired the notorious Captain Razor to hunt you down.
Awesome. So we begin on the first round on page 19. So, are we ready?
Ready to go.
All right. Timer goes on. We've got 40 seconds. So place your.
So,
Place
Kate has to go.
Kate, go
first.
first. Kate, just put some. Just any one of them. Doesn't really matter at this point in time.
That one.
You want to go to Sarkis? I'm going to go to the abandoned houses. All right. All right. So we've got 26 seconds. None of this one. So it'll be red. It'll be red.
Cool.
You got 20 seconds. So the only thing, Kate, is you can't read this side. You just have to look at what's on here.
No, I was looking at nothing. I
Yep.
have no idea what's going
I'm going to choose the captain's mission.
You're going to go with the
Okay.
captain's missions, and we have made it in time. So now we go through and resolve. So,
Starting at the top.
yep,
So, we have a swagger. I get a swagger, which is +1.
yep. So you tick that off on your sheet.
Yep. Okay, so I've got a swagger, and
Yep.
it gets me a star.
Yep.
That's
so
okay.
then you just colour in one
I'll
of the
just colour
circles.
in one of the circles, yep. And then I can need to roll a dice. So, here we go. Roll. I got a 7.
+1 because
Plus
you got,
1 because I get a +1 swagger. So I get to choose 2 market options from below. I can either get supplies for the crew. Now supplies are here.
Yep.
Cool.
And
We're
maybe.
full, so no need to do that. I can gather news from the locals, which means I can get a re-roll. So our re-roll tokens are somewhere.
Yep.
Somewhere.
These
Yeah,
ones. Yep.
I can get one of those. I can get something nice. Spend 1 supply to gain a treasure. Ooh. I can get a cool haircut. Spend 1 supply to gain infamy. I think I'm going to spend 1 supply
Yep.
to gain 1 treasure. Okay, so
Yep.
that is one of those, and I get to choose 2 options.
Correct.
So I will also get a re-roll. So what a re-roll.
Nice.
Sweet.
That's system.
Nice.
Next in line is the yellow.
Me. Yeah. So
Point
it is
Aurora.
abandoned houses exploration +1, which is also a star item for me. So I'm gonna go this way first. And then I perform an exploration check. So I roll
This is +1.
11, 12.
Mhm.
12 is
A treasure.
2 treasure.
2 treasures.
Awesome. Beautiful. Oh, actually, yes. No, so I've got the perfect walking stick as well. So on your treasures, you can actually get some bonuses for them as well. So it's also important to look at them. So I've got the perfect walking stick, a dirty fertility statue, and a cache of supplies.
Dirty.
Yeah, let's not ask why it's dirty.
Alright, yourself. You are at the Tipsy Tortoise.
No, I'm at the next one after that.
Yeah, the
The
psychic
psychic
shanty.
shanty.
Roll the dice. 7. Read. Entry 303.
Entry 303. Okay. Here we go. 3, 0, 3.
You have placed your faith in a fool. You do not see him for who he truly is, and this blind faith will lead you and those near you to a haze my sight cannot pierce. I fear your future is cursed.
So discontent goes up by 1.
No, yeah.
You get a misfortune tile.
This is a good start.
And lock action number 4. So you get your player token back. So what the misfortune is, when you roll, you'll actually roll with 2 dice, and you take the lower
Alright.
on your next roll. So
Captain's mission. I would like to read, I think it's the first entry, which
Yep.
is 48, I believe. Is that correct?
you'll need to tell me.
Yep.
The first one,
Yep.
the first box, yep. Number 48. 048. Yar, me heart is.
0, 4, 8.
Gathered around a fire, you and some of the crew listen to the captain read from one of his books.
All witches have a tether,
He says,
despite their ability to shapeshift. Each form they might take will still carry the blackened spot upon the back of their neck. Beware the mark, for it means a witch in hiding. A witch in her true form is an alluring and hideous sight. Pale violet skin, eyes that glow like starlight, and...
The captain's voice trails off as Big Henry begins to snuffle, tears rolling down his cheeks.
What is it, Big Henry?
Vance sighs.
I think I'm a witch, Captain.
The large man bawls, pointing at a mole on his neck.
Big Henry, you're not a witch.
Groans Captain Vance.
Now all of you listen to me. I ain't reading this for fun. You'll understand soon enough, but this stuff could save your lives one day.
Everyone grows silent and listens as the old man picks up where he left off.
Beautiful. Gain 1 skill of your choice.
These ones down here.
It is.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to increase my my aim. Everything.
All right. So, threat is +1, starting with the player with the highest infamy, and proceeding clockwise. Each player with 1 or more constellation event tokens resolve their constellation events. Then the highest infamy player must choose one of the following. Do we want to stay and lose a crew, or do we leave?
So, we don't have any constellation events yet because none of us have crossed out a little exclamation mark. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we add a threat to the track, sorry. Yeah.
And Kate has to decide whether we stay.
This is stupid. Why am I first?
I think it's best we go.
Okay, sure.
I would recommend.
For what reason? Just so that I'm...
Just
Because-
so we're moving.
Yeah, so we're actually moving. We actually want to be at sea. We're not pirates if we're in port.
Good point.
Done.
Awesome. So we are going to we're going to leave.
Okay.
Did we read 808 first? Or now, I guess.
Round
808.
end.
Yeah, that was 808, yeah. The highest infamy player moves the ship 1 space. Read the entry. So
So you can go there, there, or there.
Forward.
And I think we're getting. Are we getting?
no, we
here?
want to try and get to here. So I think it's better that we
Just
go through.
diagonal.
Yeah.
I would.
You want to go through the clouds?
Sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
So then you reveal 1, flip it over.
And we have 028.
028. Oh, I've got to
I don't know
select
if
it.
we heard 808.
That was 808.
When?
He didn't
The-
say anything. That was the me resolving stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
028. Ready?
You come across a sandy, uninhabited island.
Oh, okay. Restore navigation token 028. Oh, remove navigation token 028 from the game. Was that 028?
Yep.
Awesome. Place special location 955. On this space, do not read entry at this time. Return all revealed navigation tokens face down to the pile. Turn to page 25 and check threat.
Okay. So we're good.
Yep,
Yeah.
cool.
When we get to 2 threat. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep, when we get to 2 threat, that goes. So, we have 40 seconds. There's nothing at the bottom, so I hit the timer.
There's nothing changed down the bottom?
Nope.
I'll just
So, Kate, what do you want to do? 35
Mm,
seconds.
Gather food.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine. Daniel?
Alright, I'll look at the shipwreck.
I'll answer that.
I am going to do another captain's mission.
Awesome. And we have...
Or actually, I'm up. No, captain's mission. Yeah, captain's mission.
We're done in time. Alright. So I go first. Exploration +1. But there's no star there.
Yeah. So it says then perform an exploration check. And you get a.
So 11.
It's a 9.
So it's 9
Oh,
plus
11.
2.
supplies go up by 2, and you get 2 treasure.
Awesome. Now, after you gain this card, discontent -1. If it later discard for any reason, discontent +1. Other players cannot steal this card. Discard to gain 3 supplies. Awesome. So
You've only got a maximum of 4.
I've only got a maximum of 4. So
While you decide that, can we move on to the next
yeah,
one?
sure.
I can enter a cave, so I need to read entry 334.
334 for us, Daniel-san.
3, 3.
3, 3,
Oh, he's
4.
typing that in. Hi, Bones. Welcome. I'm still looking at the wrong
G'day.
Bones, hey!
3, 3, 4.
Yar, me hearty, you
Right.
are welcome. Your bones be shaken, the skeleton pirate, down to our wee knees.
You enter the cave. Shortly after, you notice that the cave splits into many pathways.
Follow the path that glows red. Follow the path. Follow the pitch black path. Follow the path where you can hear laughter.
Oh,
That's the end.
we've got to go down the laughter path.
It's a trap.
The tunnel does not go far before drawing too narrow for you to continue,
Penny for your thoughts.
says an odd voice, and you and your crew shriek in terror. There, sitting against the wall, so still and wrinkled as to appear as part of the rock itself, is a little old man. His beard has grown so long it covers his entire body. Good gods, man, you snap. You made us soil our britches. What the devil are you doing down here alone all like this?
Shaking me giblets.
Says the old-timer casually. You're what now? And the old man springs to his feet and begins dancing a merry jig, which is when you discover, to your horror, that the gentleman has long since abandoned the notion of wearing clothing. You and your crew flee in disgust and confusion.
What'd you find down there?
A crew member asks you later. A complete lack of human dignity, you reply.
What a great story to be able to
Good
tell.
story, hey?
You
I found
get-
a naked old bloke.
A misfortune, a re-roll, and we lock action number 2.
Makes sense. And food.
I just filled up the food by discarding one as well.
So you increase your hunting. So your hunting gets the tip.
Which means you get a star, so you get
Color in one of your boxes.
circles.
That's alright. Gonna ban chew up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Bonus pirate just scurvy. Right, so easily upset. To be fair, he went for the classic want to impress a chick helicopter. And it just Chuck the Walrus wasn't impressed. There it goes.
Ah,
Cool. You did good.
awesome. Thanks, Bones. So, yeah, you roll. 11 plus 1. So 12. 3 supplies and 1 reroll.
Or did you roll that with disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, so actually, so roll again. Yeah. Yeah. Take the lower, so that's a 5. So
Plus
6.
1.
So what would 6 be?
One
One
plus
supply.
supplies and 1 reroll. And your infamy falls 3.
Thank fuck.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yep, and then everyone moves
Everyone
up.
moves up.
Yep.
Cool. And the captain's log. Read entry 49.
49.
049, you scurvy dogs. It's time to listen to the captain.
You wanted to see me, Captain, you ask,
Ah, yes. Come here.
says he with a wave.
I need you to do me a mighty big favor. This here list is all the ingredients I need to make me dear old mum's pineapple stew. I'd surely love to eat some once more before it's too late.
You got it, Cap, you agree. Then you spend the better part of the day scouring the area for needed supplies. When you finally have them all, you head back to the ship with full arms. But on your way, you spy a small group of merchants with several crates of goods. It would be child's play to steal their booty.
Return to the ship with the ingredients you promised the captain. Drop the ingredients. You want that booty.
I absolutely want that booty. I'm a pirate. We don't need ingredients. Ridiculous. Yarr. Black
Yeah,
beauty
I had
burning
some
candles.
bad luck, Captain, and wasn't able to gather any of the things you wanted. But look it, I nabbed this great loot.
Well, now, that is some mighty fine loot.
Agrees the captain, trying hard not to look too disappointed. And he wanders off on his own to deal with the soul-crushing realization that he really is all alone in the world. But you don't know about that, because you're in your bunk, giggling and playing with your new toys.
What is your new toy?
My new toy is a very expensive rope. And I made a scar this when the ship would lose one or more crew to lose one fewer crew.
Alright, nice.
No, you're into that one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Bones. That was a great comment right while we were listening to stuff. All right, so that now finishes here, and we're going to read 8:11. All right, so threat +1. Starting with the player with the highest infamy
Yeah.
and proceeding clockwise. Yep, so we're getting highest infamy player chooses one of the following: stay or and lose a crew, or leave.
Go.
Go. We are
Alright.
going to leave.
So I'm going to keep working towards, because you reckon we're going to work through 977 the clouds?
Yes, I reckon so. Yeah.
Cool. Oh. So I'll move to here, so we get another stack, I think.
Yep.
And we have number 4.
It's a
004.
by the looks of it.
Traveling across the calm waters brings you to a reliable royal merchant route. And sure enough, a plump merchant vessel bearing the flag of the Bumblebee Delivery Service can be seen in the distance. You work together to overtake them, and soon Captain Vance is calling for boarding parties.
Look lively, you lot!
He cries,
We've got a beautiful bee ahead of us, and it's laden with pollen.
Remove navigation token 004 from the game. Flip the loaded cannons to unloaded. Boom. Boom. So we obviously use them.
Yep.
If you cannot, hull -1. Oh no, hull.
If you can't unload, I think. If you can't flip the...
Yeah. Set dial A to 6.
Is that the hull of that ship? Alright.
That's how many times I've been
We'll find out in a second. And then turn to page 53. Awesome. So there is a cornered crew is a dangerous crew. We've got to take out that crew before they do the same thing to us.
Alright.
All right. Starting timer.
Starting with Callum.
Callum. Yeah.
Wait, you started it?
Yep.
Cool. Is it with brawn?
I've got heaps of brawn. I can do brawn.
Okay, I'll take Lutra. No, I'll recruit crew.
I will do now.
I'll do that too.
Oh, you can do more than one.
But it's green. Yeah. 20 seconds.
So
You've
if
got
you
time.
want to loot cannons?
Yeah.
You could loot the cannons,
Down
which
the
is the bottom one. Yeah.
Done.
Awesome.
Okay.
And that is us. Done.
Ooh.
So let's resolve. So fight enemy crew. Brawn +1. What is a star
Both
for
of us.
me?
Brawn +1 to start me.
Yep. Then perform a brawn check. So that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Now, what do we need to overcome that?
Yeah, so 10 is reduced dial by 1,
Okay.
and I get a reroll.
Yes.
I'm going to spend this card. Discard before performing a brawn check to add 4 to your result.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so whatever I roll +4, and it's 10 plus 4, 14.
Plus your one that you just got.
Plus that one, 15 is reduce the dial A by 2.
And you increase your infamy by 2.
2.
So come on up here, mate.
Beautiful. So that is our turn.
Oh. I get myself a swagger. Yep.
Yep. Because you weren't swaggery enough.
Absolutely. Being of the hydrated. Very swaggy. Then I'm doing a... What kind of check? I assume a swagger check? Yeah, swagger check.
Yep.
Cool. Right, 3 plus 1, which isn't great. So a total of 4, but we increase our crew by 1. So I steal one of theirs. I'm like, yeah, Peanut, you're coming with me. You're coming on to this build.
Beautiful. And Gay.
See your name?
When Bones asks, when do you scurvy dogs commit mutiny? We're the ones who will be mutineering against ourselves.
Mutiny. Muttony.
Mutton.
These crisp muttons. Mutton chops. And then...
Option 2 was chosen by one of our players. Choose 2 of the following. Steel gunpowder, we don't need to do steel cannon. Parts separate level. So the small cannon gain 1 loaded level 1 cannon. Still a big cannon, 8 entry.
Yeah, surely steel. So you're going to choose 2.
A big cannon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so what is it?
Read entry 509. And do we want to
Another
upgrade one, or do we want a small one as
Gain
well?
a loaded cannon.
Do we want,
So we've currently got an unloaded cannon. So
We've got 2 unloaded cannons.
do we want to upgrade one, or do we want to gain 1 loaded?
Well, let's see what it does first. And then
Yeah, we'll start
Look
with
at this finely crafted cannon, you say to a couple of the crew. 'Tis a work of art. Let's nick it.
perform a brawn check.
Right.
We get. Oh, you got nothing. But you can reroll it if you want to. 5.
Yeah, we roll it, might as well. 9.
9. Good one.
So it's a 1 to 10.
You and your crew strain with all your might to lift the cannon. It doesn't budge.
-1, but that's not there.
And then choose another action. You can upgrade one or gain a loaded cannon.
Let's gain a loaded one.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it just. We just flip a level 1 cannon over. Yep.
Yeah.
It says
Yep.
gain 1. So we know
Oh,
gain
well,
Or
one.
gain 1.
Yeah,
I
so
think
maybe.
Gain a loaded
Yeah,
cannon.
no, we've already got both of that. We need to load them.
So
Well, it says gain 1 loaded level 1 cannon. So don't
Yeah,
we get
there's
another
only 2. They're all level 2, level 3, level
Oh,
4.
okay, so not do that. Upgrade 1 by 1 level.
Sure.
sweet. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. But then that's done.
Cool.
We can definitely try and steal that again.
Someone with a bit more
So
claws.
what was it? 825?
Yep.
Surely it's that.
Read the following to the player with the highest brawn. That would be me.
I have 1. You have.
I have 1, but then I have
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet mother!
Cries a horrified crew member of the other ship.
They've killed Lil Gertie!
You look down at the burly woman you just ran through with your sword.
I love you all.
She gasps.
Be true to each other.
She gives one last wheezy gasp before her eyes gloss over.
Monster!
Cries another crew member. Holding a fist in the air, he begins to chant,
Little Gertie! Little Gertie!
Others of his crew join in, and you begin to feel awkward, standing there with your sword stuck in the woman and all. You pull it free, but the ensuing mess you make only incites the crowd further.
Mark my words, you beast.
Spits a woman with patches over both eyes.
We will not soon forget this vile deed. She was the best of us. She helped me turn me life around. Helped all of us. Oh, there shall be a response. Blood for blood! Revenge for Lil Gertie! Revenge!
And all of her crew, including 1 or 2 confused members of your own crew, take up the chant.
So I got a reroll and +3 infamy for that.
Nice. Run through little Gertie.
Alright, so reduce hull, crew, and or supplies by a total of X, where X is the value of A.
Oh.
The highest infamy player moves the ship 1 space. Read the entry in the ship. So let's do the food, and I'm just going to bring it back up to 3.
So it's
All
not
right.
going to do
So you're
anything?
going to take.
Discards, yeah, so it's
Okay.
actually not going to do
Not
anything.
going to move.
And then I'm going to move the ship.
Yep.
Don't want to stay
One.
fighting?
There.
No, it just says.
It doesn't. Yeah, it didn't say.
No, didn't give the option, so it's just,
So
yeah.
we're going to move.
Yeah.
We're going to draw a token. We got 029.
Little island.
An island.
Little island.
Wait. Did that end the thing?
Have you got
Do
a...
I not get to do my story?
Oh, do you have you got a... Oh, you've got a story. We've got
Oh, you got a story, yeah. So you're meant to go with this. So yeah, do your story.
Okay.
Oh, hold on a sec. I think this will actually tell us.
Oh, I'm not sure if we'd ended yet.
Oh yeah, no,
Sounded like
do it
we
now.
moved on.
Yep. So you cross it out. I fill it in.
Yep. We came upon a wrecked merchant vessel, so I swam down to the bottom to gather loot with a crewmate. I made it to the bottom without issue, but Peanut the Hydrated fell in behind. I maintain that's because I'm a peak physical condition, and not because I'm a massively animated skeleton that don't need no breath, as some of the crew have insisted. Treasure +2 and Peanut gains misfortune 1.
Oh.
That's... what a cool instant job.
Sorry that I threw out you.
Hydrated comes very appropriate. When you're getting-
Overhydrated.
Alright.
Why do scurvy dogs call? Why are scurvy dogs called pirates? Because they are.
No. What do you get? A love letter. Burying scars.
Read the following to the highest
Discontent.
exploration. So that would be me. I'm on 2.
Okay. Exploration, yeah.
No, none.
You and the crew land a rowboat on a small island. On it, you find the ruin of a village that has been burned to the ground.
Oh, this must have been recent.
A crewman says.
Embers are still hot.
You come across what looks like a charred corpse, but when you attempt to search it, its eyes open.
Please. Help.
The woman coughs. Seeing her inevitable death, you set her down.
Wait.
She gasps.
I know I am to die. But could you stay with me until I do? Please.
So stay or leave her to die alone. I'll stay.
Oh, what a sweet guy.
Hey,
He's a baker. He's
Yeah,
the mid-stuff.
he's
He's
got a
soft on the
family,
middle.
He's a family
Yeah.
man.
Crazy. Alright. It's sickening. Let her die. Thank you, bro. That's what the table wants.
The
I'm
table
really
is,
picking on you.
yeah,
Yes, most definitely.
Oh.
blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy.
I've never done that.
It's just not fair. This whole Tuesday night shenanigans.
Because you come on a Tuesday night, you're on your own.
I didn't know what I was signing up for.
100% no. Sorry.
She holds on for nearly 20 minutes more. And in the time you sit with her, she tells you her name is Rebecca. Before she passes, as thanks for staying with her, she shares with you the location of her hidden valuables she had stashed away. The crew does not find anything else on the island, so you hastily row back to the ship.
Remove navigation token 29 from the game. Treasure +1.
Jeez. Soft.
Jacking up the treasure.
Loudmouth parrot. When you gain 1 or more infamy, gain 1 additional infamy. Cannot be buried. Well, I would certainly hope so.
Alright.
Turn to page 3 and check threat. So threat is there.
2.
So
Yeah.
read out the.
So it says decipher the map. Goal, reach Precipice Island, 963.
We haven't.
We haven't achieved
Yeah.
that.
So
have
we take those
flip
two. No. Yeah. So we take those 2 threat off,
Yeah.
and we mark off those 2 there.
Ah, I see. Threat level.
So
So threat. Yep. And what does that?
791.
791.
A sickly-looking parrot crashes onto the deck. The crew gathers around it, thinking it is surely dead.
Oh, The poor little blighter.
Blubbers Sad Sally.
Stop your weeping.
Captain Vance chuckles as he pushes everyone aside.
This here is me old parrot Flapjacks, and believe me, he will outlive us all. What is it, me boy?
Flapjack jumps to life, rustling the sad patch of feathers on his back.
Razor on the move!
The parrot squawks.
Razor coming for you! Coming for you all!
The crew gasps, fearing what Captain Razor would do if he found them.
Best get moving, then.
Captain Vance shouts.
Discontent +1. Move special location 962 one space towards the ship.
Yeah.
Do we put this on?
After the ship and special location... are the ship and special location? No, then.
I think this is just the goal for this mission. And when it's on threat, then we go to the next threat.
Remove all threat from the track. We've done.
Yep.
And what is... Oh, it's about me move.
Page 3.
Over to here.
Before we
Staying at
do-
sea too long will put a lot of wear on and tear on the hull.
Reds are the must. Someone must do red,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, that's
Correct? Except for Hungry Crew, because we're playing at 4-player.
Okay.
So this will automatically be
So I
done.
have to do that one.
You don't.
I have
But-
to.
No,
As the
instead,
lowest infamy.
No.
instead the lowest infamy player resolves, so you don't have to do it, you just resolve it.
Okay.
So you resolve it as if you did do it.
Okay, sure.
Always.
But do I
first.
pick something else as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
you'll
pick
go
something else.
last, and you may end up doing something.
So
Yeah.
one of us has to do something. Yeah.
Where's my thing? Where's my thing? Alright, ready. 40 seconds started.
No, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do the sail though, because I think, yeah, that's good for me. Sail is good for me.
I'm gonna chart a course. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna chart a course.
In that case, I guess I will fish.
Awesome. So ready the cannons, talk to crew,
Wait, it's cannons. Not
or captain's quarters.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
Awesome, and we've done it in time again.
Can we put a pause here while I...
Yep.
Thank you.
Bones, it took me a while to ban, because I couldn't remember the word spam when recording in LOL. You want to hear something? Oh yeah, that would be something funny. So what we're going to do is we'll quickly take a break, and we will get drinks and toilet. So
Sure.
awesome. So we're going to be right back. And we're back. Spam, 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 says Bones.
Spam, 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 spam. No. That's me.
Just it. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. Is Star Wars Space Pirates? I can.
Space ball.
All right.
Thanks. Bones.
So let's start
You
resolving.
good, man?
Yeah, you're right. So, David,
All
crowd
right,
a course.
we're charting a course. So I get 1 exploration,
Yep.
which I will do, and I get the Civ Star, and I
Space
can
Hulk.
perform an exploration check. There we
Roll twice. Take the lowest.
go. 10. Ah, yes.
7
Or an 8.
I mean, you'd
They've
need
got a 9.
literally 16
I get a
to get
9.
anything extra.
Yeah. So you lose that
One to
misfortune.
15.
So that's good.
Sorry. 9, I just scout
Yeah.
space. So,
You
scout
scout
that one.
2 spaces. It says.
1, I got a 9.
Yeah, 1 to 15.
Oh, 2
Scout two
spaces.
spaces.
So I can scout, what is it? What is
I
scout?
don't think we. So scout means you can place any open space. So next to
Oh.
us.
Okay. Cool.
So you can do the one next to us and the other one below us as well if you wanted to.
Yep.
Gives us options.
Okay. That's it.
Thunderstorm.
That's me.
Yep. Callum, fishing.
Fishing. I guess I get my hunting,
Yep.
which will allow me to also get a story point by the end of the story. And then I do a hunting check, I believe, with disadvantage. So an 11 becoming a 12, or a 7 becoming an 8.
We'll get your misfortune
Thank you. So I'll get
for
it
being drowned.
for being drowned.
I mean, sorry, being hydrated.
Hydrated, thank you.
Yeah.
And as I rolled an 8, we gain a supply. But we don't need a supply, so we're all good.
Alright, okay. Ready the cannons.
Choose two of the following.
Games, what's that game? The Space Marines.
Reroll. Plus one off one plus aim plus one.
Shall we load and then read it in?
Yeah, let's load one of our cannons.
The level 2, I'm
Yep.
guessing?
Yep, better one. I gotta take that one down, and then I would like to just my aim. Increase my aim.
Okay.
Awesome. So then it is me, navigation +1. And then I perform a navigation check. So that is a 5. I'm going to use a reroll to get a 9. +1, 2. So that is 11.
11 says infamy +1.
You're already at the top.
Yep.
You may spend supplies or hull to move the ship. For every 2 supplies or hull spent, move the ship 1 space.
Can you move through?
So no, yes, I'll spend 2.
Yep.
So 1, 2, and I'll move this into 977.
977.
Can you still
Yep,
this
so
one
it just
copyright
stays on.
name?
Yeah,
Oh,
so it
just,
stays
yeah,
on.
just stays there. So you may spend supplies and or hull to move the ship for every 2. Okay, so
Yep, cool.
You're
But because it's got an
gonna take
exclamation
this
mark.
yep. We have to stop there, don't we?
Because it says after I gain 1 or more aim, you may steal a treasure from the playground. I just gained an aim.
Chris, quality.
I guess, like, do I keep the gun?
Yeah, it doesn't say you don't.
Yeah.
Cool. No, well, I can't gain any more aim, so that's
Yeah. You did. I love that for you.
Now, do we read the round end or do we? No, no, we read the. Oh, let's see what it says.
Or you just aim
So 800.
Well, that's leading to more games, but it's the same. Because it's 4, it's 2.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So, threat
Yeah,
+1, starting with the player, highest infamy, proceeding clockwise, the player with most cons. Yep. Did the ship move? So, yeah.
Yes, the ship moved.
Do I do my story?
Yes, do your story.
Alright. Moldy Pete went over the edge of the ship in the dead of night. If he'd been wearing one of these, he would have spotted him instantly and fished him up. Instead, he's wearing that dark monkey costume he's so fond of. God rest his moldy soul. Crew just... -1 crew. Bye bye.
We only just got that, group.
Yeah. -1 discontent though.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So
We threw one over.
Retrieve card
was the upset one.
56.
Mhm.
Reflective vest from the story deck. Dankeschön.
56.
So Moldy Pete, for you guys playing at home, was that crew member that I swaggered from the Bumblebee ship.
And now he's gone.
And now
God
he's
rest
gone.
his soul.
God rest his soul.
Wow.
Come and join you pirates, and then he just has a moldy soul, so get him out of here.
Is clearing stone written in the ship's log? No, it is not. Is this the first time visiting the ocean's edge?
When
Yes,
did I
it
have
is.
to do Hungry Crew? When did that need to happen?
It just,
Oh yeah, sorry, that was actually meant to be the first thing. Yeah. So actually choose.
Choose one. Feed them. If spend a number of supplies equal to the current hunger, ask them to go hungry. Just conduct it. That seems bad. Let them raid the supplies. Infamy +4 supplies are at 0. Discontent +2. Otherwise, all the supplies doesn't.
Just feed them.
Well, let's just feed the crew.
Yeah.
how much do you feed him?
They got food.
Yep.
Equal to the current hunger.
Which is 4 or 5. What's the? It's in the mouth.
5.
So
That's a
we'll
lot.
lose 5.
Yeah. That's alright. We're about to get to
Yeah.
somewhere, and we can fish.
And
Alright.
and
Okay.
discontent also goes down one, doesn't it?
Yes.
And your infamy goes up one.
Yep.
I'm back down the bottom, baby.
Lauren says, "Don't mind my comments. They're just something to provide interest for your viewers who have been keen enough to stick around."
Continue
Fine.
counting away, Bones. They make us chuckle too. We love it.
You stare out into the moonlit waters ahead, watching as you creep closer to the ocean's edge. The captain walks up to you, taking an interest in the somber look on your face.
What's going on, me matey?
He asks. Captain? You respond meekly. Do you really think we're all gonna sail past the ocean's edge? I mean, how do you know the stone's gonna work? Every crew that's ever attempted going deep into that place has never returned. It's the end of the world, Captain. The captain stops you by putting a hand on your shoulder.
Settle down, me matey, settle down. It's all gonna be all right.
But how do you know? You respond, unconvinced. The captain looks straight into your eyes, a move that makes you uneasy. The joy and wild exuberance that usually lies within his gaze fades into a calm and steady stare that pierces you.
I don't.
He responds.
I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if I'm leading us all to the depths of Davy Jones' locker. But I know there has to be more to the world than this. There have been so many clues, so many moments in my life that have told me this place is real. This world that we live in now is broken, and you know it. You can feel it in your bones. I want to see it whole again.
The captain pushes a tin cup of rum into your hands.
Now have a drink and enjoy yourself, me matey. We're still alive, aren't we? And that's worth celebrating.
You sip your drink and let out a small chuckle. To the ocean's edge, I guess.
That doesn't sound right. Okay, yeah, no. This seems right. Cool. Cursed waters. Staying at sea too long will put a lot of wear and tear on the hull. Ready?
Okay.
Oh shit.
First.
I guess I'll sail us again.
Okay. I might gaze into the abyss.
24 seconds left.
That's it. Shit.
I'm going to...
What have you got? The first one? No, that one.
Question mark.
There's going to be some brawn and some...
Ready to go.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, and we did it in time with 5 seconds left. All right, David, you're first up.
Okay.
Gaze
So
into
I'm
the
going to
abyss.
gaze into...
Oh, yeah, sorry, hungry crew is
hungry
first.
crew.
Yep.
Feed the hungry crew.
Whoever's got the lowest
That's
improvement?
you.
Me?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Let them rate it. We're going to be at the thing soon.
Yeah, it makes the most
Rate
sense.
it.
They can rate it, so I go back to the top. So they can rate it, and then what happens?
If supplies are at 0, discontent +2, otherwise lower supplies to 0.
Supplies are at 0. Well, that's going to make it hard to load the counter. But I can practice my aim twice.
Yep.
Can I?
Okay.
Yeah?
No.
No.
You
I'll
gotta-
gain 3. No.
Okay. Me?
Yep.
Gaze into the abyss. Exploration +1. It's +2. And then perform an exploration check. Cheers. I get a 10.
+2 for 12.
+2. It's a 12. Read entry 276.
You stare downward into the swirling black waters, and the waters part as if repelled by your gaze. Downward and downward you peer. The ocean here is shallow, but oddly, your vision pierces vast depths of black waters, as if you sailed above the ocean's deepest point. And there, in the depths you see him, the smiling face of Donnie Dodo, cartoon mascot of Donnie's Donuts.
Have a delicious donutty day.
The bird says to you, just like in the advertisements you've seen painted on the sides of buildings back on the mainland. We gotta get out of these waters, you cry.
Alright. So I got a re-roll.
Yep, you got another reroll. Awesome.
Okay.
Who's next? Yep.
Hunting +1. And perform a hunting check. 7, 8, 9, 10. And 14. Read entry 280.
Searching a collection of floating wreckage yields some lovely trinkets.
And now you have to discard one of your. You can only have. But yeah, that would be also awesome. What's next?
Me. I'm going to choose 2. I'm going to increase my aim for one action.
Yep.
And in the second action, I might as well load the other cannon.
Awesome.
Or I can get a reroll. No.
Awesome. Alright, well I'll sail the ship.
Now check. 5,
6, 7.
No others?
7 is the first one.
Yeah, no, I'm going to reroll. So that's 11, 13.
So, infamy +1.
Yep. Send supplies or hull to move the ship.
You spend hull.
Yep, so I spend 2 hull to move our ship to where we want it to get. Awesome. At the end, 806. Threat +1. Does anyone have any constellation events?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we do. We do. Peanut the Hydrated and I have been working on some stage combat techniques in our free time. In one bout, we also employed tomato paste.
Don't let see someone fighting.
To really sell the fight. My performance was a bit too realistic, as several crew members now claim they saw me die that night and are convinced I'm an apparition. Roll +1. Reroll +1.
Well,
And
you have
another
so many rerolls.
It'd be insane. But infamy +1. But I'm not going to take some infamy because I'm actually going to get a skill.
Okay.
I'm going to use my treasure to
Cool.
get a skill.
So
Cool.
your exclamation mark goes away.
Mm-hmm.
To the blue.
Yeah.
Have we been to the island before? No, we have not.
You arrive on Precipice Island. You see before you a collection of small houses nestled into the cliff's edge that overlooks the ocean. You hear the distant rumbling of the watery barrier that marks the ocean's edge, and you wonder who could choose to live in such a place. You follow Captain Vance to a rickety old bridge that leads to one of the cliffside houses.
Been a long time, me mateys, but I always loved coming here,
he says. The house itself is a crumbling structure made of mismatched parts. You notice a lovely golden telescope reaching out past a hole in the roof, staring up at the dark sky. The captain removes his hat and, licking the palm of his hand, tries to smooth down his great white tangle of hair. When he reaches the door, he gives a nervous knock. The door opens to an old woman whose body and clothing seem to keep with the rest of the house's theme.
JJ?
She exclaims.
Just boot Vance, get your butt over here.
And the two give each other a happy embrace. You learn her name is Esmeralda, and she is quickly able to decipher the map.
Red Rock Island, the Painted Caverns.
She instructs.
That's where you'll be finding that stone.
When you leave a half hour later, bellies warm with tea, Esmeralda grabs one of you by the arm and whispers,
"Take care of him."
And you can see she looks scared.
He's dreamed of this forever. Never enough in this world to keep him happy, keep him satisfied. But it's dangerous. A person who plumbs the abyss too long will never truly make it back out. You remember that.
You leave Esmeralda's home, happy to find that the captain hasn't led you astray, but concerned that the mission you are on is becoming all the more real.
Right.
Return all revealed navigation tokens face down to the pile.
These ones?
Yep.
And that one?
No, that's not navigation tile.
Oh, to return.
Yep. Write painted caverns on the ship's log.
Painted cabins.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And remove all threat from the threat track.
Hey, hey.
We have now completed goal 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's goal 2 now.
Goal 2. Find the clearing stone.
Oh, too easy. We should be able to do that.
Reach
957.
Red Rock Island, 957. Find the stone in the painted caverns. That's it.
Awesome.
Nice. But I assume we're going to turn it to a different page here.
All right.
Rather than the cursed waters.
Congratulations, you've reached the end of part 1. The highest infamy player chooses one of the following: supplies +3, discontent -2, crew +3, hull +3.
We need some supplies, Captain.
We do, but hull is harder to get.
I currently can discard this and gain 2 hull.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's good then. Yeah, we'll do the supplies +3.
How do I do that? Can I do
Just
that at
discard
any
it.
point?
Yeah, you can do it at any point.
Want to do it now? Do you need to do it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to trust you guys not to steal from me.
You drown.
We are pirates.
You drown.
Yeah,
It's
Peace
fine.
pirates.
I'd rather keep our ship around.
Are we going to continue?
I reckon we can make it.
Yeah,
do it.
absolutely. Let's
What's
do it.
that? We've got a cruise on either fire.
No, it's only planning day.
Don't have that. Anyway.
After visiting Esmeralda, you visit a nearby town to restock and prepare for the trip to Red Rock Island.
Bone says, speaking of David, have you seen Picard is now halfway through releasing season 2's episodes?
I haven't seen the Picard at all.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
Oh, it's
not
great.
at all.
If you like Star Trek, even if you don't, Picard's actually really good regardless. There's a lot of kind of throwbacks, but...
Did you hear that I'm in Doctor Strange, the next Doctor Strange?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did not know.
Picard's in Doctor Strange.
It's pretty fast and loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not really a Star Trek man, are you? No,
Yeah, I just love it when the dialects went. My favourite.
That's alright. That's my favourite Star Trek shit.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You'd love that, wouldn't you, Bones? The Daleks and the Cybermen, they're in Star Trek, yeah?
Flip objective card 1 over to 2. Find the clearing stone. Turn to page 21.
Okay.
Oh, you almost nailed that.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Shanty
Ready, go. 40 seconds. Oh, me first.
It's
Me
you.
first. Let's go with some. I was just randomly going there.
Oh, animal. Alright. I will increase my swagger.
I could have gone with the squirrel as well.
The what?
The squirrel.
Keep going there.
20 seconds. 20
Let's
seconds.
do a captain's mission.
Let's do that before.
Awesome. 15 seconds left. Oof. We are on
Star
point.
Wars. You got it a bit wrong.
I love the Daleks and Cybermen, but they're Star Wars, not Star Trek.
Yeah.
So close!
Right.
Sam, you're so right, Bones. Oh.
That's right again.
And what are those,
Shit, sorry.
those guys with their stripes on their head in Stargate, Atlantis?
Oh, the
With the big...
I just remember Tilk.
Anyway, I'm gonna get myself a swagger. You tell but if we all walk my walk and no count. Alright, and then I'm gonna roll on the table. So a total of 3 plus 2 for 5. Which means I can do 1 market option. Get a here we go. The supplies for crew? Nah. Gather news, get a reroll. Mind that, but get something nice. Spend a supply, gain a treasure. Get a scary looking tattoo. Spend a supply and get some infamy. Get a new cannon. Get a loaded level 2 cannon or lower. I'll get some supplies for the crew.
What, 2 supplies?
1, 2. I don't like that decision, but it's the right thing to do.
Whispering Waterfall.
When you enter the waterfall, you hear a strange voice say, "Speak your desire. Choose one of the following. I seek to learn a new skill. I seek unimaginable wealth. I seek a new path. Or I seek to rule the world." I seek to learn a new skill.
Oh, you seek to rule the world. Rule the world.
310.
Yes, please.
It whispers from the waterfall.
The voice from the waterfall speaks to you.
I'm not surprised. You're kind of a mediocre pirate, aren't you?
Ooh, ouch, you say. A little heavy on the hot sauce, ain't we, waterfall?
Relax, kid.
Says the waterfall.
Wish granted.
I'm not surprised you're kind of a mediocre pirate.
I'm proud of it.
Gain 1 skill of your choice. Lock action 2.
Lock action 2.
And that's me.
More hungry?
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna say either that one, and that's what I was picking between.
Well, you're gonna end up with 1 peak anyway. So,
What is that?
in your story point. I assume you're gonna get yourself a star.
Yeah.
Oh, you did as well.
My first one.
Oh.
She's on 2. I'm on 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get a good ending. He's not going to see his family then.
So these are per episode as such.
Then perform an exploration. Yeah. But we could just do the seasick, like find the seasick pirate and do the same evolution of them.
Yep.
7 plus 3, that's 10. And I've got nothing else for the exploration, so 10.
Into the graveyard. That is read entry 315. Did you do the graveyard, didn't you?
I did indeed.
You walk through the graveyard looking at the headstones of legendary pirates like Rory Pukeface McAllister and Captain Wilma Slaughterfist. Pride swells inside you, and when you leave, you do so with a little more piratey swagger.
2, I go up in infamy, which I can't, and I get a swagger. Ooh.
Nice.
That is done.
Okay.
And lock action 3.
What does lock mean that if no one else
If we stay here, no one else can do it.
Okay, now I get to do 2 of these things. Repair the hull, don't need that. Scare off pesky slum rat supplies plus 1 infamy.
Did you just work on the ship? I thought you chose captain mission.
Sorry, I did do captain's mission. Sorry.
So the captain mission.
Fill in the next captain's missions box on the ship's
50.
log.
50.
I was looking.
050.
Yeah.
And read the entry.
Do me a favor, won't you?
The captain asks.
There's an abandoned house on the farthest reaches of this island that contains a pendant that looks like this.
And he hands you a simple charcoal and paper drawing.
Would you fetch it for me?
You find the house late in the afternoon, large and foreboding. It was once a fine manor that had been left to ruin. Inside, it is eerily still. In the upstairs bedroom, you find the pendant on a rotting dresser. You snatch it and hastily retreat to the stairs. But there you are accosted by a glowing apparition of an elderly woman dressed in a servant's garb.
Jizbut, is that you?
She moans. You freeze, and she passes right through you.
Where are you? Oh, you silly boy. Your father will be home soon. Why must you always take things too far?
When you return to the ship, you give Captain Vance the pendant and describe your encounter with the ghost.
Weird,
says he.
That's quite the coincidence. But then I suppose Jezbud is a fairly common name.
He pays you for your assistance, but says no more about it.
Okay.
Bones, I reckon you bed the film is better.
So he got 2 treasures. That was what.
That's what he got. Yes, 2 treasures.
All
So
right.
809. So threat plus 1.
Threat.
I have a token. Boing.
Tell us a story, creepy Aurora.
By all accounts, Boiled squid eyes are a favorite among the crew, and quite difficult to collect. But even the smell of them sends me running fear the edge of the ship. Luckily, someone else was more than happy to eat my share. Supplies +1, infamy -1, and retrieve card 95, courtesy sick bag from the story deck.
Courtesy sick bag. Nice one.
Oh, second story.
Another one. Wow.
Oh my god, years all over it.
Really not. I have like only a 5
Read the story.
things.
Story time.
The broccoli plague has hit our ship, and many have taken ill, including myself. I feel faint. I'm sure I have a fever as well. Although when I ask the others to place their hands to my forehead to check, they make up ridiculous excuses like, there's no skin on your forehead, or you can't be sick, you're a magically animated skeleton. But I'm trying to rest and drink plenty of liquids. Infamy +2, reroll +2.
Infamy +2.
Anytime I gain misfortune now, I get reroll as well.
That's awesome.
I'm king of the leaderboard here, and I would love to stay for one.
You want to stay?
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Crew -1. Begin a new round on this page. Check threat. We're fine. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going to take the swagger option.
Excuse me, I would
Oh, sorry.
Rude.
You're last, yeah.
I'm last.
I'm going to do this one.
Were we meant to block off the captain's mission? No, alright,
No.
I'll do the captain's mission then.
It didn't say block it.
Oh, cool. So, with
Wait,
what's going on?
Nice. Done.
market.
Okay,
Going
one
back
swagger.
to the market.
If at first we don't succeed, we try and try again. Doesn't help that I've got a -1 to swagger as well. Alright. An 11, -1 +3 for a total of 13. Do we get 2 actions?
13.
3 actions.
Free market option.
Swell! Alright. So, the first thing we're going to do is gain 2 supplies. Let's not be silly.
And then what are you spending them on?
I would like a reroll for 3 and a treasure for 1. 1%. You can take it if you want to.
I will.
You're a meanie.
After you gain this card, infamy +4.
When I lose it, did I lose it? I didn't lose it.
When you lose this card,
But did I lose it?
-4.
But did I lose it?
Yeah, so he lost it.
No,
So-
it's not a card and simultaneously steal that one.
So I
Did I receive it?
basically steal it. You can use it again on someone else. You can use it on
So,
someone
but
else.
no, yeah, that's my question is, does he
Did I
go down
receive-
to the bottom?
Did I receive that card
I
before it
think
was
you
stolen?
did.
That's such a good card. Monster.
That was rude.
We're pirates. I mean,
Yeah. This won't be forgotten. I'll be honest, it won't be forgotten. So you
you
gain
steal
one
it back.
more. Yeah, when you get a treasure. So, what are you gonna do? Roll her up.
I'm the one that has brawn, and she's the one that's
12,
doing.
13, 14. Excuse you? You almost the same amount
You
as
get
me
13
now.
or 14?
I have 14. 1, 2,
Oh yeah, you
3.
stole my card. That's right.
14. That's 319. That's the top roll you could have done.
Hey, heck yeah.
Good.
I'm just as brawny, bitch. Arm wrestle me.
You don't have muscles. You're a
You're an animated skeleton.
I don't know why people would throw around ridiculous rumors like this. I have the most muscles of all muscles. I'm like,
You sit at the table, hand locked with that of the fearsome Helga Arm Ripper, one of the finest athletes to ever grace the noble sport of arm wrestling. Sweat pours down both your faces. Veins pop on your muscular arms, and after 7 minutes of neither of you moving an inch, the match ends in a draw.
This little one drinks for free.
Declares Helga, and she slaps you on the back.
You have earned my respect, Sprout.
Says she.
As well as a reward.
Brawn +1.
Fuck yeah.
Infamy +3.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
David just got
I just got it.
Treasure +1. Still. And lock action 4.
Definitely still.
You've never been more right in your life. No.
Well, steal something else.
Actually, no, I want this one.
Is it steal?
You can steal whichever
Steal
one.
anything.
Oh, so it's just when they receive it, you feel
Yeah,
anyway.
treasure.
Oh, that's so
What
cool.
one did you get? Oh,
If
the...
anybody gains aim.
Yeah, that's fine. Because
David's
I
been
couldn't
at the
use
run or hasn't.
I've been at the run.
Alright, the workshop, Blue. Work on the ship.
Gonna work the ship, right?
Wow, I needed.
I'm going to scout 2 spaces. Navigation +1.
You can scout our journey.
Do it.
Yeah, so
Where are we
we'll
going?
We'll scout there.
Makes sense. Clear sunny day.
Yeah, look at that.
Lovely.
Nice scouting.
What's the one after that?
Can I scout that one too?
Yes, yeah. Because we're real.
The
And,
one leading up to it.
Oh, nice little ship
Oh,
there.
look at
Nice little ship.
this path.
That
Good
we
job,
can-
David.
nice,
Great
David.
scouting.
Yeah.
And that's one action. You've got another one?
Yeah, and then rummage through others' belongings. Choose a player who didn't choose work, so I can choose any of you guys.
Yep. You
And
can take
then
that counterfeit map.
and just flog.
Take the counterfeit map. Take it again. And then you can steal someone else.
Why would you steal so much?
You wouldn't do it.
Shut up.
I'm going to
Stop
take
it.
something with swagger. Who's got something
I
with
do not
swagger?
have any.
I've got 2 things with that, so.
I need to take that one.
Yeah, that
I
is
am
fine,
not a
yes.
swaggery human. I
You're
can.
just stacking your swag.
Swag.
I got
swagging
muscle
up.
hunting.
I had heaps of treasure, so much so that I was throwing it away. Now I'm looking at the least amount of treasure.
And 51 for the captain's log.
51.
51.
Plus, we've read nearly all the captain's missions.
Right of us.
Huh. I hadn't selected the field.
Oh, yeah, that's supposed to-
And
Whoops.
Oh, that's the save again one.
ready?
Yep.
The captain sends you on a secret mission to spy on some royals that have made port farther down the coast. You sneak into their encampment using superior piratey sneakcraft and listen in on a fireside conversation between a couple sailors.
When's the captain going to relent and let us go home?
Complains one,
Ain't the captain.
says the other.
Rumor is that King Mont himself ordered this mission.
What? The king? Why the blazes would he want us hunting for some lousy pirate captain? The Lancelets are more of a threat than any pirate. They almost took over Hawkborough, I hear. And now those fire stars are terrorizing the western seas, setting ablaze every village they find. Why aren't we going after them?
Dunno.
Shrugs the other.
All I know is the king's got a bug in his silk knickers for this pirate ship. Thinks they're gonna do something real dangerous or something. Say, what's that noise?
Both sailors turn to look at your hiding place, but you're already gone. With some of their supplies to boot, you rush back to the captain and report what you heard.
No, if you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
The counterfeit treasure map.
Could be passing around every time.
I think I've had 4 items stolen from me now.
2 supplies, 1 infamy, 1 turn.
Yeah,
That's
already
fine.
done.
Sweet.
Yeah. Awesome. At the top,
Yeah.
we are going to move.
Makes sense.
Boom. Boom.
Move to
So,
the right.
809.
Yeah. He's gonna...
Stay. No, we're going to leave.
005.
Does that infamy increase?
No, the infamy.
3.
You mean 3? Yeah, no.
It has to tell us.
Read the following to the player with the most treasure.
3,
Did we
4.
read 809?
Yeah, so it just
4,
asked if we moved on.
2, there's 2 people with 4.
Awesome.
You've once again caught a case of bovine yellow gut. so you pay a visit to Patches, the ship's surgeon.
You ever think about it all? The big picture?
Ask Patches. You sit on a chair below decks as he looks at your stomach.
Like, is there more to life than stabbing decent folk in the guts and taking their stuff?
Well, sure, says you. There's also stabbing horrible folk in the guts and taking their stuff.
Oh, yeah,
says Patches, brightening at the prospect.
by the gods, this is the life. Here, take this medicine, and in a couple of days you'll be right as rain.
Do you drink the medicine, though it smells unwelcome or unwholesome, or avoid Patches, swill, and wait the illness out?
The black spot.
Green. Oh, she got a black spot.
Coming.
She's got a black spot. She's a witch. She's a witch.
Drink medicine.
The medicine kills your malady and your eyesight.
Oh.
You spend a day stumbling around, cursing Patches under your breath.
Remove 005 from the game. Misfortune +2.
I'm so blind. There are my eyes.
Supplies -1. Turn to page 7 and check threat. We'll find the threat, so we're just on page 7. Oh, nicely done. Staying at sea too long will put a lot of wear and tear on the hull. Ready. Oh, where's my door? Good. There. And go.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna sail.
I'm going to.
30 seconds. We don't need to do a hungry period. Callum will do it for us.
Nice beauty fish.
17 seconds. Alright.
Hungry crew. It makes the most sense at the moment to feed the crew, doesn't it? Or we could actually ask him. I'm at the bottom.
We got.
Actually, no. Ask him to go hungry. Stuff it.
Yeah, we're good. Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna get my swagger on for it and get a free bloody star. Just suck in.
The crew's looking at him going, with the barrels.
Alright.
These
barrels?
Yeah.
Chart a course.
Chart a course. Exploration +1.
That's me. That's me.
Uh,
that is not you. That's me.
No, chart a course.
No,
Yeah, that is me.
I mean,
makes sense.
just.
To be fair, it
I'm
makes
just
sense.
jumping around, I'm doing whatever I like.
6 plus.
Is it what is it though?
Plus 8.
Yeah.
8. Total of 8. You want to spend a reroll? Oh, you got 2 misfortunes, mate. So roll another misfortune. Yep. So
Yeah.
2.
Can I take my other one?
No.
Oh, it only goes on 1.
You know, but you can re-roll. But if you so you could re-roll the 2 if you wanted to. Yeah.
Then would I have to spend the other misfortune?
No.
No, whatever.
So 2.
I'm not gonna get up there anymore.
Well, you could re-roll the 2 and then either get an 8 or a.
Because 8's the next section up, but it's only scouting. Started at the bottom, now we're here. Yep, scout 2 spaces. Let's go under, I reckon. That makes sense. Yep. David, can you put in?
Where are we going there?
Yeah,
eh?
Yep.
Nope.
No.
No.
Oh, man.
No.
That looks dodgy. That looks dodgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now it's you, David.
Now it's me. Explore. Choose 2. Fight a walrus. I like fighting walruses. Brawn +1, infamy +3. But instead of infamy, I'm actually going to gain a skill. So you can move me where I am.
Yep.
I'm going to go to navigation skill. That gets me that. Right.
You're going to get your brawn as well?
And I'm going to get brawn. Then hunt for treasure. No, don't need treasure. Perform a hunting check on a result of 10+, or search the sunken ship. Search the sunken ship. Re-entry 226.
you discover two merfolk entwined in a passionate embrace. The startled lovers beg you to say nothing, for they belong to rival houses that would tear each other apart if they found out. You agree to keep quiet in exchange for payment, then promptly flag down the merfolk search party out looking for him. They too are eager to offer a reward for the location of the amorous youngsters.
Another one.
No, trade.
I'm
no,
going
get
to
trade.
steal your... Yep, not really anything I want.
That's one brawn, one swagger. And swagger, one exploration.
Double
two,
swagger.
or two swagger. Or this one.
Or his one that he's using to get skill.
What's that one do?
When
Oh,
you
skills,
would
yeah, I'll get
gain
that one.
infamy, choose a skill instead.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
After you gain one or more aim, you may steal a treasure from another player. Get my treasure map back. I earned that treasure map, and I will see further. So I gain my one aim, and then I'm going to roll a 7 plus 3 for 10.
Is that from this turn?
Yeah, this has just come up, yeah. So, a 7 plus 3 for 10. Yeah, I'll take that. I won't need to re-roll that because that's a bit of extra here. And I'll take a treasure if that's okay. Cool. Yes, I will.
Alright, so my turn. I get a navigation.
Emotions. Big boy muscle. Bit of add 3, add 4. Let me go.
So then I roll.
What do you do? I'll sail.
That's a 10, 13, 14. Infamy plus 1, so instead of gaining infamy, I'm going to gain 1 in whatever I want. So I'm going to gain it in exploration. And I also get a token.
Nice.
And spend supplies to think. Do we want to stop in the next one, or do I just get us straight to the island?
Well, we can find a ship.
There's a ship there.
There's a ship there.
Sure, let's do the ship.
Yes. Alright.
Alright, picking a fight.
Bang.
I've got 2 loadable cannons.
802, yeah.
Why did that one turn to 4?
Where?
B.
It shouldn't be there. It was just probably me knocking it before. And go. Did the ship move at the round? So threat plus 1. And we do our thing, so I'm first player, so I'll do mine first. I was only able to smuggle out a few cherished possessions when I skipped town. It hardly seemed like it was worth all the trouble now. One of my crewmates took a liking to one of my trinkets. Like all my trinkets. I think I'll pass on telling them exactly how I smuggled it past the royals. Gain 1 skill of your choice. Treasure plus 1.
And I'll probably steal that. But instead of stealing that, I'll steal this one. Actually, what does your new one do?
Dirty Sea Shanties. After you fill a star on your constellation, if you do not have any reroll tokens, reroll plus 1.
New one. Cool. My score.
Choose another player to gain treasure.
Oh, actually, sorry, okay.
David.
And you can steal from him immediately if you want to.
Good if you want.
Yeah, what is it?
After you gain 1 or more swagger, infamy plus 1. But you can choose anything.
This card is...
It's kind of annoying as
I'm
hell.
getting it next though.
Can I have the swagger plus 2?
Swagger plus 2.
Alright, now
and I get a skill.
Good golly, look at you go. Alright. I'll have to confiscate this from Chuck the Walrus. Perhaps when they learn to handle this thing properly and safely, I'll give it back. Steal 1 player treasure from another player. Yeah, funny.
You want your counterfeit treasure map back?
I kind of do. And that will get rid of something. And I could gain infamy, because I'll gain 2 infamy, but instead I'll use the pirates, and you gain a skill of my choice. And I might take...
And yeah,
And then
by
I get
one,
one.
I've already put up the treasure bar, the thing by 1.
Supply they've already done that.
So then, what are we at? Did we move the ship this round? Yes, we did.
Number
What is the
023.
023, 023.
No.
To the gunner.
A royal frigate approaches, and you oversee the crew responsible for loading the cannons. A muffled, gurgling scream from behind you steals your attention, and turning, you see 2 men dressed in all black and soaking wet. The royal insignia covers their left breasts, and you realize your crew faces some new threat heretofore unknown.
Sails!
Captain Vance bellows,
Unfurl the sails! Flee, me mateys! We must flee!
Weak.
Leave your crew to their fate and run the sails to save the ship. Engage the invaders and save your crew.
There's the gunner, doesn't it?
Boy,
Well, but we're all...
Yeah. I think we should fight them. We've got a level 2 cannon loaded.
Let's do it. Yep.
Did you say it was a fleet or was it a single ship?
Determined to help your crew, you bravely engage your marine opponents. When the last one is cut down, you breathe a sigh of relief. But notice there is now no escaping the incoming ship.
Remove navigation token 023 from the game. Hull -1. Brawn +1. And infamy +3.
But that's the gunner. We haven't assigned a roll. Do you want to just roll for it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Rollies!
With the... What do we use for the gunner? What's the gunner?
Just roll it.
Just,
straight roll.
I got a 6.
11!
So you get
What do I
Sorry, I
get?
got a 9. Sorry.
Infamy.
You get a brawn.
Brawn +1 and infamy +3. Is Hawkeye written in the ship's log? Set dial A to 5 and B to 6.
I'm going to 5.
That didn't tell us where we needed to be in terms of the fight. What was the what was the 023?
Yeah.
023. Yeah. So we've done that. We've engaged through this Hawkeye. Turn to page 55. Alright. Destroy the enemy hull if you want to sink them. Take out their sails if you want to board them.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me.
So,
Ready.
Kate, then Dan, then me.
And go. 5 cannons.
Well,
Awesome. Done. This will be the first one, but yeah, this will be the first one.
Okay, rally the crew. Swagger, +1. Then what? Swagger check. So lots of rerolls too. Plus all that.
Woo! Reroll.
Reroll.
that one. 3.
Well,
That 3.
These dice like your friend.
11.
11 plus 1, 2 plus that's roll 13, 14, 15, 16.
16. Big roll. 11 pass. Yeah, there you go.
Choose three rally options below. Reroll plus one. Choose another player. That player gains one skill of your choice. Choose another player. That player gains one reroll, or gains reroll plus 2, or reduce either dial by 1.
You can do 3 of those things.
You can do 3.
So
I can do aim.
Okay.
No, you don't do 3.
What do you? Why do
Yeah,
you?
because you guys need to
We're
fire.
firing.
Yeah.
So what have you got?
I've got a plus 3 already.
You got 3. So you need an aim, right? Then we're going to reduce the dial by 1. And then choose another player. Your choice.
Oh, A is their. I think A is their hull and B is their sails, or the other way around.
Which one's the less of the? So we'll go the one plus. So yeah,
That one?
reduce everything. And then choose another player. That player going to reroll.
You're at 2 roll?
We can go 2 rolls.
Cheers. And you gained an aim, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I can steal the treasure from you.
Is Kate going to get it?
No, isn't it?
After you gain 1 or more, after I gain 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Alright, cool. So I'm going to fire the cannons, so I get another aim.
Oh, mate. How many? You got double stars, do you?
Yep.
After you.
And then I roll.
Which one you shooting?
Oh, do I have to specify
I
the
don't know. Choose one of the following targets. Enemy hull, dial A, enemy sail, dial B. Performing an aim check before rolling, you may flip one loaded cannon and switch. So you can, yeah. You've got to choose. But this will give you a plus 3 or a plus 5, which is a level 2.
I'll do a level.
I've already got a plus 3 in it.
Yeah, I'll do the level 2.
Okay. And you're
Onto their
choosing
hull. A.
Ready?
There we go.
That's
Well.
better.
14. Yeah, so that's a 14.
19, you mean?
19. Holy, yep. Holy moly, yep.
Reduce the target dial by 3 and gain 3 points. Back up top. Well, you're thinking this shit?
Yeah.
That's our goal?
Yeah.
Alright. Nope. I guess I'll shoot with cannon number 1. I get a.
No, it's written at the top. Enemy hull, enemy shots.
Huh?
Enemy hull, enemy sails, and it's also written here.
Alright, I guess I'll use my level 1 cannon to shoot the hull. 3 are awesome. 7, which will become 10, which will be
13.
13.
You're gonna need to deal one damage.
Oh, I can actually steal the treasure from someone in with something like that. You definitely shoot him, but we're only one.
It's gonna steal a treasure just to guard a treasure.
No, okay. No, that's fine. What have I got? 13. I've already got 13, yeah?
Yeah.
That's this next. Yeah, cool.
You get a new version.
So, yeah, so I'll do that. And then I'll reduce it by 2, sinking the ship. And instead of gaining infamy, I will increase.
Can I just ask, has the infamy changed? Because when I get a swag.
Oh, yes, I did.
Did it?
I went up.
We can let it go. I gained a swagger, which meant that I could also get one infamy.
Okay, it will put you there. Yeah, that'll do that. Yeah, that'll be fine.
What did you get?
Another constellation. She's on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you all have more tips than me. I'm just
You've got your.
Oh, I haven't.
Got 5 or 4.
So the 4.
4
any plus?
You're hunting?
Yes.
6. 6.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah,
6.
7, 8,
9. Use together. What? Get treasure, right?
9. Yeah, treasure.
Third one, which is going to give an extra supply. But we don't need an extra supply. That freaking guy. Hey, we decimated that ship. We absolutely demolished it.
Well, if we have to have another fight, man, I'll go for another though.
No. So 8 to 6. Yarr. Did the ship move this round?
No.
No, well, we could. Oh no, because so that's the escape. No. Is dial A at 0? Yes.
Let us aboard!
Cries the enemy crew as their boat sinks. But you all grunt in disapproval.
We have booze!
They cry, "Welcome aboard!" You call back.
Crew +2. The highest infamy player moves the ship 1 space. Read the listed on the ship. What number?
957, I assume. Unless you want to go into a storm.
No. I'm happy with going to where we need to be.
I'm at strife here, guys.
Is painted caverns written on the ship's log?
Painted caverns, yeah. Caverns?
Yep.
Yes.
You arrive at Red Rock Island. The crew treks up a mountain path in search of the cave Esmeralda had told them of. When you reach the highlands, you find a small village where the locals tell you of a mysterious nearby cave.
Best not go in there without some lanterns.
One of the locals chimes.
You can fetch them for a good price at the blacksmith if you're so inclined.
Return all revealed navigation tokens face down to the pile. Turn to page 39. Check threat.
Threat, we made it.
Good. Good threat.
Oh, you got your cool.
Yep.
Sorry.
Times are lean. The captain has asked us to ration our supplies for the time being, specifically myself. I have offered to give up my share of food for now because I place the happiness and well-being of the ship before my own, and not because I am a magically animated skeleton that does not eat. Supplies +3 we don't need, and I also get a skill.
What are you? Oh,
Another skill.
Use your skill soon.
Skill is just. That's a charge.
She'll get a navigation because then she gets another stuff.
Yeah.
But it won't get her the yeah. She's damn close to getting all of them. So.
That's not true.
Yeah, I'm going to start looking for
I can't get all of them. We don't have enough stars. I don't have enough stars. I can't possibly get all 5.
Yeah, you can.
What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's other ways to get skills.
Oh, yeah, see, I haven't gotten any extras.
Alright, have you done your check? Alright. Ready? And here we go.
Oh, we're straight into it. No,
Nope, there's nothing on this one.
Okay. Go first, mate. Come on.
I'm going to go with hunting, which is not on there, so I'm going to go with swagger.
Cool. Blue.
I'm going to go with brawn.
Yep, purple. Cool. Where are you, blacksmith or painter? Okay, I'll go blacksmith.
11 seconds left.
Actually, can I go down to woodship? Is that okay?
Yeah.
No, I did go blacksmith.
Alright.
Fair, fair.
Market swagger +1. What's it say, David? Sorry.
What's that, mate?
Swagger, first one.
So swagger +1. Then now you do a check.
I'm going to read it.
Okay.
That is a 6.
6
plus
is
2
8
plus 2, so that's 10.
10 is choose
two
two
market
market options.
Get supplies. Gather news from the locals is reroll 1. Get something nice is spend a supply to gain a treasure. Get a pair of neat sunglasses and spend 1 supply to gain telepathy. Or find a friend, spend 1 supply to revive a pirate pal of your choice from the story deck. Cards 1 to 6.
Surely revival, frankly.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one. 6. How much is it? 1 supply?
You get 1 supply. Spend a supply.
Yeah, and then what else you can do?
And I'll get a I'll get a treasure as well.
This was another supply.
Yeah.
Nothing. What does it do?
Forgetful blue fish. When I do a thing, I discard all of my misfortune tokens. I'm going to get rid of that one for one supply.
But I will take your
Cost or die.
Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 I get.
Cool.
Alright, whoever's next.
Me. Blacksmith. Choose one of the following buy torches. Player performs an exploration check this round. Add 10 to the result. If any player. Okay, does anyone do an explorations?
Yeah.
Cool. Add 10 to your result. Or yeah, go on. Add 10 to your result. I'll buy some torches for you, mate.
Who's this?
Thanks, bro.
I bought torches. Do you get when you do your exploration?
Plus 10. Watch me roll super shit.
You go up in exploration as well.
So I have Pirate Pal Trippy Toucan. After I gain this card, all players who control one or more other Pirate Pals gain a reroll +1. No
10
one's-
plus 10 is
20.
20. Plus
22. Fuck yeah!
read entry 419.
419.
419.
Thanks, man.
Plus 1.
Does any player have the Clearing Stone story card? No.
You and the crew are able to locate the clearing stone in the painted caverns, just as Esmeralda said you would. You watch Captain Vance wrap up the glowing rock in his coat. The stone gives off such a blinding white light that even wrapped up, it fills the cavern with a white-blue glow. Shadows dance over the monkey statue that once held the stone, making it appear angry and menacing. The retrieval makes you feel uneasy, but you are still able to exit the cave unharmed.
Treasure +2.
You want to steal one of them?
Yeah, I will. For sure. I will steal. Okay.
Victory holster.
And you would lose
one or more crew. Lose
you
0
can-
crew.
That's another stealing option. There's another stealing option. Right, clearing stone in the ship's log.
So 10 when you get the chance. Oh, I can do that if you like.
Retrieve card 15, clearing stone.
When any player moves the ship one or more spaces, you may move it one additional space without paying a cost.
Hey.
Nice. Discard the current objective card and replace it with objective card 3.
Do it with your
Right.
Threat
Red?
levels? Or clear out there?
It doesn't say to clear it. No.
Oh shit. This is fun.
But then we'd already reached our threat level.
Doesn't say.
Well,
It doesn't say to clear it. So.
secure the stone at the end of the current round instead of reading the end. Okay, that would probably be meant to be like that. Yeah, cool.
Yep. Okay. What's the end? 8:18. What's the objective now?
Don't worry about it. Oh, do you need to know it?
It would be good to us to know, yeah.
Well, you won't need. It's going to go off at the end of this turn.
Oh, okay. Well, that. Yep. So what is the? Yeah.
Well, we still got the drunken.
We've got,
Oh,
still got
so
one more
yeah,
action.
yeah.
Challenge some pirates to a drinking contest. Crew +1. We're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Brawn +1.
Brawn check.
Do a brawn check. 2 on the run. 11 plus 1, well, plus that's 13 plus 14, 15, 16.
Read entry
422.
422.
Your hulking opponent scoffs at how small you are next to him. But then 2 wine glasses are plunked down in front of you. You snatch yours up, swirl it in the glass, sniff it for some time, then take a delicate sip. It's full-bodied and buttery, you observe. Not dry at all. I'd wager 1701. A bad year for wine, save for the Manigault vineyard that was unaffected by the drought. The crowd claps and your opponent looks about with wide, confused eyes. She takes a swig and says,
I taste grapes?
The crowd cheers you and raises you up on their shoulders.
Oh. So you want to pick one, I would have absolutely not done that.
Alright, so I have a constellation event. Do we do these now? Or?
Yeah.
We will do a constellation event, but we'll also do Secure the Stone.
Yeah, so we do
Secure the
that
Stone. Hurling already.
Wowzers.
Ow, ow.
So what is...
So the current, basically at the end of the current round, instead of reading the end of round entry, we read 852, but we're not end of round yet, we do his constellation first, don't we?
No, it should tell us to do that.
Alright,
so.
852.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. Yep, no, that's fine.
You return to the ship with Captain Vance as he carefully carries the stone in his coat.
Listen up, me mateys.
He says,
It's time I fill you in on what we're doing. We've got the clearing stone now, and ain't no turning back. There are going to be those that try to stop us, but we're not going to let them. Once we get past the ocean's edge, we're not only going to find a new world, but we're going to unleash magic on this world too. The likes of which you ain't never seen.
Is that wise?
a crew member asks.
Wise?
Laughs the captain.
We're pirates, damn it. We live for adventure. And I ask you, what's more adventurous than sailing seas with mermaids, cutting deals with strange witches, blowing a massive serpent to smithereens with your cannons, and finding mysterious magical treasures? You want to head back to the mainland and spend your life bowing and scraping for noble folk? Or do you want to have some fun with your old cap? Now on to glory and the ocean's edge!
The crew, inspired by the finding of the clearing stone, shouts along with the captain in glee.
The ocean's edge!
Alright, the highest infamy player chooses 2 of the following. Supplies +3. Discontent -2. Crew +3. Hull +3.
Yep.
All players discard up to 2 treasures. For each treasure discarded, fill in a star on your constellation.
Oh, shit. Okay. Each up to 2?
Mm-hmm.
2 stars.
Well, 2 as well.
So we've all done that. Alright. Flip the current objective card to objective card 4.
Surely cleared there.
The infamy player moves the ship 1 space.
Yeah.
Where are we trying to go?
To the left side of the board.
But
9,
we're
7, 7.
also... Okay, yep.
Do you want to move us 1 more?
Yep, and then you... Oh,
Move
you
some
can?
off a read.
I've got my clearing stone. I can move it 1 additional space without paying a cost.
Cool, so we still flip, because if it's got an exclamation mark on it, it stops us.
So
So
the
flip
first
over
one?
time. Yep.
This one?
For the
Where we've been.
Where we were. It's fine. It's got an exclamation.
So it stops us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the new one? 015.
015, yeah.
As if we didn't get to clear our threat. That's
I've got constellation events.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
now at threat level, and we're so when we ever have to check our threat, this thing is going to start moving towards us because
Highest navigation. I have 3.
Not me.
I have 2.
That's me.
You enter a troubling fog that rises up without warning.
An ill omen this be,
says the captain. He turns to you and says,
So, mate.
Yeah, it's based on your
chart.
Yeah, it's based on your chart, not on your bonuses.
Ill omen this be,
says the captain. He turns to you and says,
So, matey, let us test your skills. What should we do when facing a foul gloom such as this?
Advise the captain to stay the course and push through the fog. Advise the captain to slow your ship until the fog passes.
Lame.
Yeah, push through the fog.
Safety pirate says stay.
Skeleton pirate says.
Sick
"Oh, there's
dance.
a bit of fun."
Dance. You can dance.
We go right
You
through
can
it.
if you want to. You can sail. You can sail. You can sail if you want to. But you can't because, no, it's foggy.
Good choice, matey. We could see for miles before the fog, so we know it's clear ahead. No point wasting time on a fog that will vanish any minute.
Remove that navigation token 015 from the game.
I discarded 2.
Remove a navigation token from the game.
Yep.
My infinity goes up by 2.
Yours?
Yep.
Sweet.
We then resolve. So
Resolve is in.
I don't
threat?
have any. Yep. Not threat. So
I got 2. The captain has called upon my skills for a bit of subterfuge and deception. I was able to raid my extensive collection of puffy shirts and wigs for a passable disguise to sneak into Admiral Cheswick's annual ball. The captain seems pleased that this will surely make for a thrilling verse or song someday. Retrieve card 31. Fancy disguise.
and is that both of them? No, that's another.
And there's another one which basically says supplies go up by 2, and I get 1 treasure.
Anybody want to try and steal that treasure with your can of that treasure?
It says exquisite charms, +1 swagger, +1 navigation.
Wow. Our ship is everything's at the best we can get. That is.
Except for the threat.
But the threat goes off now.
Yep.
After you gain cold, reroll 1.
Check threat.
Yeah, no, it goes off. 970. Oh, sorry. Yes, threat goes off.
792.
792. Yeah. Changing to whatever just happened.
Yep.
I feel like that was a bit bullshit that we didn't get to remove that threat.
What are we reading?
792.
Another visit from the parrot Flapjacks warns you of Captain Razor's approach. Captain Vance rewards the parrot with all the maple syrup you had on board, which leaves you wondering how Flapjacks is so long-lived. The next day, Old Cookie is furious that Flapjacks left nothing behind for his famous saltwater waffles.
Discontent +1. Supplies -1. That would have happened after constellation, so it actually says it goes back up to 10. Because it would have gone to 8 and then up.
Yep.
Move special location 1 space towards the ship.
162.
Yep.
Is that closer?
Yep, that is closer.
61.
No, they're not in the same spot. Remove all threat from the track.
Oh, nice.
And are we ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Already the games.
Awesome.
With 20 seconds to go. Okay. Okay. Oh no, hungry crew.
Me. Cool. I might as well feed him.
Yeah, we've got food.
Which brings us 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would increase my infamy, but I'm not. I'm going to get a skill of my sword. And I am going to get some exploration. Did you get your exploration first?
Yep. 14. Yeah, 2. 1, 2.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Awesome. That it?
Yep.
Yep.
Two actions.
Ready to count them?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
Load for 1 supply. Which you can only choose. You can choose multiple times. You can tinker with the cannon and upgrade it for 3 supplies. But it doesn't do that.
Or I can do it on. So I'm going to do the aim.
Yep. And then reload one.
Yeah. I reload the 2.
That's cool. I'm going to talk to the crew. Cool. First thing I do is I'll have a drink for a swagger. And then, speaking of swagger, I'm going to challenge my good friend, the skeleton pirate, to a swagger off. Yes, I chose a skill you were very far weak at
What
that.
happens if this?
I rolled a 1. I'm going to re-roll. Another one. One more time. Roll an 8 plus 5 minus 1, so plus 4 is 12. You happy to lose?
Yeah.
Cool. I get to increase my infamy again, which I'll choose not to do, and instead increase my navigation. And then I also get to steal one of yours if I want to. And take my treasure map.
Oh god. That inversion.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Sail. Navigation +1, which I can't do because I'm maxed out. Then roll. Navigation check. I'm going to re-roll.
Have you handed in yours, or have you got 2 new ones?
Oh, no, they're 10 plus it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
What are you talking about? It's not a swagger code. It's a
Oh,
navigation.
sorry. What did I say? 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep.
Infamy +1. You may spend supplies or hull to move the ship for every 2 you move it from space.
Yeah, sure.
What are you doing?
You doing the hull or you doing the food?
Hull.
Oh, and then, yeah. Cool.
Food. Do you want to go there?
Nah, go. Yeah,
You wanna go there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do we want to move on to the
Gonna be
next one?
kicking 5.
Do we want to move on to the next one?
For free.
Well, like it says when a player, when another player moves the ship.
You'll be ending the game early. You want a good ending?
No.
Oh shit! Is that? Are we ending already?
Maybe we'll
Well,
see.
we'll
We'll
be
see.
on the last spot. Yeah.
I'll put it bad.
Yeah, same.
I think all of us do it. Ending it early.
That's why I wanted one more fight. One more fight.
I'm happy to do one more fight. Do we want to
Sure.
do one more fight?
Fight.
No.
Fight.
No, let's do one more fight. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
we're fights. 27.
I refuse. I take back my clearance. Don't have it. Don't have it.
It is you, man. Not you have to.
Oh, yep. So
I'm choosing not to move it.
end of the round is 800.
Well, I can spend another hull to move it.
Are you going to?
I do have a story as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So threat +1. And now do your thing. Constellations.
Yar, a strong fog bank rolled in and engulfed the ship, so I took a light and some torches to keep everything visible on deck. I should have known that Chuck the Walrus, that squid brain, would knock him over and set the deck aflame. No, wait, no, I read the wrong one there. Keep telling the barnacle brains we can't just keep storing the cannons loaded and ready to fire. The smallest spark will blow the ship to smithereens. Why can't we just load them when we know when we need them? I shall fill each cannon with a handful of durian just to teach them a lesson.
As we go into a fight.
Durian. 1, 2. Flip a cannon to the unloaded side, if possible.
Oh, motherfucker.
I just loaded that, you son of a bitch.
Okay.
Going into a fight.
Okay.
That's gonna go well.
Read the following to the player with the highest aim. I think that's you.
Me, with 4.
I've got 3.
I got 2.
Yes, that's me.
A royal frigate bears down on you, but you're looking down at the bottle of bleached liver whiskey you hold in your hands. A final gift from your pa. He left the world as he entered it, drunk off his ass and naked. But at least he was kind enough to leave one bottle for you to drink and remember him by.
Fashion the bottle of harsh, low-class whiskey, barrels suitable for human, well, barely suitable for human consumption, into a flaming cocktail to be hurled at the enemy ship.
Yep.
Guzzle the whiskey, preferring to die drunk and happy than sober and screaming.
Drink or flaming cocktail? Flaming cocktail does sound pretty cool.
That's what you're going?
Yeah.
Every eye on the ship stares at you in wonder. Screams of burning sailors assault your ears, and you watch the frigate burn into the water in its entirety. A howling vortex of flame and death.
Matey,
gasped Captain Vance in both wonderment and fear.
What in the unholy hells was in that bottle?
A drunk father's love, you answer.
Remove navigation token 027 from the game. Aim +1. Discontent -1. Turn to page 7.
Wow.
Check threat.
Oh, every time I wait, I gained a... No. Got rid.
You got rid of that one? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. David.
I will.
Oh, spearfish.
Then I will not.
Done. We're nice and fast at this.
Cool. I go first with Hungry Crew.
Yep.
And...
Send them hungry.
Oh yeah, why not?
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hang on, wait, we can't.
Why?
We have to sail.
Why?
Oh, who was the last person? Yes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
cool. That's
Yeah,
fine.
doesn't change this.
Yep.
Send them hungry.
Yeah, send them hungry, which still gives me +1 swagger, which I'm happy to have. And I'm also not going to increase my infamy instead of increasing a skill, which I'll do that one.
You're almost done.
No, I'm not. I've got ages. I'm so far.
Oh, next one you won.
Yeah, next one I get another one.
That'll be 4. That'll be a good victory.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't increase that, so that's fine. And then we go down to explore.
That is Kate.
You can fight a walrus for a +1.
I'm gonna perform a hunting check.
What?
So.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On a roll of +10, read entry 225.
Did you get a plus for that?
What, she got it?
I got an 8 and I got a +4. Well, so 5, so I got 13.
You spot an odd, dark shape in the water and call some crew over to help you. Using some rope and a winch, you haul up the mystery object and are all startled to find it is a scuttle shark. These revolting scavengers on the ocean floor are quite harmless and often house strange items they've swallowed in their bellies. You slice open the immense, blubbery creature, and inside it, you find a great many tins of food and a sparkly bit of treasure. Nature's a beautiful thing, you say in admiration, and I marvel every time I cut it open or chop it to bits.
So you got supply and treasure.
Did you move that as one, did you?
Pardon? Yeah, I did, yeah. So my turn?
You get to do 2.
Oh, you get to do 2.
Do you want to do search as tongue and chip, or do you want to increase your brawl?
I don't want to increase my time. I'm gonna search the ship 226. I think we've already done it. Can I do it again? Or am I quicker?
Oh, it's a different place.
Yeah.
You discover an old ship on the seabed, none other than the Piercing Dawn. It was the ship of Annabel Mont, lost daughter of the king. You dive deep, and luckily you find her quarters near the great cabin. The girl's skeleton lies on a bed, but more pleasant are the 2 chests that sit nearby. You will only be able to return with one.
am a fully fledged human. What the fuck are you talking about?
Take the chest covered in strange symbols. Take the chest with the image of a large jewel carved into its lid.
Strange symbols and all of that. That's beautiful.
The chest contains several journals that are in miraculously good condition thanks to the airtight seal. You find one curious passage.
Father doesn't approve of my trips to Sunset, saying I undo the work our family began centuries ago. But I say he's a fool, for he fails to understand the knowledge that can be gained.
Bad luck,
Says a peer when shown your book.
but I'll tell you what. I'll trade you that book for some of my loot. I'm gonna learn to read one day, and that book will really come in handy.
You eagerly agree.
Alright, now.
So I get a name. Can't do this. Right? I've still got a bad. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I've only just got to 3.
I'm still learning.
And then what do I do?
Perform an aim check.
1. Not much you can do about it either.
4, 5, 6. So, 8.
What?
Supplies +1.
Supplies +1. That's it. Sweet. Speak to the crew.
All right. Trade. Play hide and seek. Challenge done. Right.
You can challenge.
Choose one skill and one of the play. No, it's just.
You don't want to challenge.
I don't.
I might have a -1 with my reflective.
She's got no swagger.
Alright, so because you got a 12, I'm going to do a swagger check, which is discard a reroll to get +4. This one is good. 12. Hang on, so that's +4, that's 9. Plus 4, that's 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I don't have to dance.
Alright, so that means that
You trying about that?
I'm going to get my treasure.
Yeah. That's when I would love to use it.
And then I'm then going to discard one treasure to draw one treasure.
Oh, good. Love that you took my treasure map to do that.
That's it.
My turn.
Yep.
I gain 1 now. Which means I'll gain my. Can you give me anything?
You've got a good victory now, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a good victory now.
He's the only one on the good victory.
Yep.
The scum.
Scoundrel. Alright, and then I'll do a nav check, yeah?
He'll finish it now too. The mongrel.
You bet. 11. And that's this one +2 for 13, 14, and 15. 15.
Implement +2, move the ship.
Cool. I won't increase my infamy. I will instead gain an extra point to infamy. And then I will what, move the ship?
Yep.
None.
What's the end?
Do I have to spend anything?
Yes, 2 is.
2 supplies, or 1 hull, and just 1 hull then.
Okay.
Yeah? For every 2 supplies, or 1 hull. Yeah.
Threat +1. Resolve constellations.
Me. And you first?
Oh, I've got 1 too. I got word from my sweet daughter. Slipper.
Who?
Slipper.
Slipper. Your daughter's name is Slipper.
It said footwear. Imagine if I said dog. That the royals are still hot on my trail. And still too risky for me to return home. I have hope, though. Sweet Jim thinks he can glue together a pretty convincing fake beard for me. Infamy +3. And reroll +2.
A strong fog bank rolled in and engulfed the ship, so I took light and some torches to keep everything visible on the deck. I should have known that Chuck the Walrus, that squid brain, he'd knock him over and set the deck aflame. Keep these spirits alive is a full-time job. After I just pulled up on the entire ship with my father's whiskey. Infamy, -1. I'm already at the bottom. And hull, -1, or supplies, -1, supplies.
Yes, the ship moved.
Mm-hmm.
It is now in 977.
Mm-hmm. We don't have to do a check.
Is clearing stone written in the ship's log?
Yes.
After days of sailing, the ocean's edge comes into clear view. It is a massive, hazy wall of roiling water and howling wind. But you spot a massive ship flying the colors of the Royal Navy, positioned between you and the edge.
That's the flagship for the crown!
Someone shouts.
We have to run. If we turn around now, we might not be spotted.
Nonsense!
Captain Vance has fire in his eyes and the clearing stone in his arms.
We sail for the ocean's edge. If Captain Razor stands in our way, then it's to Davy Jones' locker with him.
As you approach the ship, you see the Royal Sailors and Captain Razor, the most feared man in the Royal Navy, standing on the prow, looking pleased to see you. The ship gets close enough for you to hear Razor shout out,
I'll be having that stone, Vance, and your heads.
Remove special location token 962 from the game. That's the ship.
Yep.
Turn to 57. Set dial A to 10.
Oof.
Set
10.
dials B and C to 5.
Wow.
I love that we have no cannons loaded.
No.
Welcome. So we can kill the captain with just C. The sails are B and the hull is 10.
This will be a nice ship.
Ready? Our ship's outmatched in every way. Damaging the enemy's sails will slow them down and lets us avoid that cannon fire. It's kill or be killed in that fight. So fire at the hull so we can send them to Davy Jones.
What's your swagger?
3, 2, go.
You're up.
Alright, am I up first? I shall fire up.
Someone needs to loot.
Yeah, someone will.
Do you want me to load as well?
Sure.
Fire?
Alright.
You first?
Yep.
So I get anything? I'm going swagger. That matches my swagger. I didn't do much, but it does max out my swagger.
You did this?
Yes, I did. 11 plus a what? Plus 7 minus 1 plus 1, so plus 7 for a total of 18. Choose 3 rally options. First of all, choose another player, and that player gains 1 skill of my choice. Do you need aim?
I'm going to get aim from doing it though.
You got 10.
I could have a swagger though.
Well, that wouldn't help any. I don't know. Or somebody actually has to. I can't do that. I'm too far. I have to.
Ah.
So take all that back. Never mind.
Alright, cool.
Oh shit. I shouldn't have gone where I did.
She's one of the 2 of the following.
Oh, sorry, me first. Yeah, well, we're going to load the cannon. So we go spend 1 supply to flip the cannon from unloaded side to forward side. Infamy +1, you may choose one return. Reroll +1 skill.
Yeah,
Go!
Alright. So that's me.
So I was going to say I could have gone for that one. I forgot the red.
So I'm gonna fire.
Yeah,
level 2.
And shoot the captain, or not the sails calm down.
Or do we just try and take him out?
Sure. Calm down.
It's a sail?
Yeah, why not? Shoot the captain. That'd be funny as. Snips.
Now I'm gonna go for the sails.
Top. 1. You
I'm
reroll?
gonna reroll.
Yeah, good call. Thank you. 7 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1, so a total of 7 plus 8.
Yeah, 15. Reduce target dial by 2.
Infamy plus 1.
Cool.
Me, Darth Captain, I gain a navigation. I can't do anything about that. And then I roll the dice. An 11. What do you roll? Plus 4, for a total of 15. Hull -1.
No, that's size. No, the cat
Oh yeah, I don't have to do anything. Never mind. Good chat.
Oh, you don't give navigation.
That's a I couldn't have anyway. I'm full on my nav.
Is magic can written on the ship's log? Is at the helm written on the ship's log? No. Is fighting razor written in the ship's log?
Captain Razor swings over to your ship, and everyone gasps in awe at his radiant manliness.
Ooh, he can get it!
Says a lusty Emma Brown.
Girl! You know that's right.
Agrees the guy right next to her. Captain Razor draws his cutlass and storms toward Captain Vance. Stop fawning over him, you fools, you shout. Defend the captain!
Attack Razor head on, or sneak up behind Razor.
I'm a hydrated safety card. I'll stab a bloke in the back.
Yeah.
Not above. Stab him in the back.
Write fighting Razor in the ship's log. Perform a hunting check.
Me. Assume.
Yeah.
5 plus 2 plus...
I think we should take the 11.
Yeah, can I take the 11 from before?
No, that's up to everyone else.
Can I take my 11 from before?
Technically rolled it. That was the first roll. So what did you say, sorry? 8.
You swing at Captain Razor from behind, but sensing your presence, he gracefully dodges and your momentum sends you stumbling into Captain Vance.
Reduce, you lose 3 into me. That's alright, you're at the bottom.
Started at the bottom now, here.
8 to 7. Ends the round.
Assuming we keep fighting.
Yep. Is dial A at 0? No. Is dial C at 0? No.
They attack.
Roll a die and add the value of B to the result. Oh shit. Ah.
Why did I roll it? Actually, I'm the lowest in from you.
So it's a mental. Better. Reduce hull, crew, and or supplies by a total of 4. Reduce C by 1.
We can reduce crew.
2 and 2.
Yep. Begin a new round on this page. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go. I'll rather the crew.
We've got loaded cannons.
Yeah, we've got A loaded cannon, so yeah. Bye, everybody!
I have shit names.
Awesome. So I'll go first with Swagger. I'll get my Swagger. Get my Swagger on. So that's an 8, 9, 10, 13.
Choose 3 relics. Reroll +1. Choose another player that plays choose a player that plays reduce the tile A or B by 1.
B by 1. I get 3, don't I? I'll go ruler.
I don't think you get it for that. You get
No, first one.
Yeah.
And then Kate gets 2 rulers.
You've got 4.
Oh, you got 4.
A lot of skill.
I think
Of any one.
If I can get them out. Alright.
I'll spend one supply to reload the level 2, and I will gain one infamy, but instead I'll just take my gain
He's gonna get legendary.
Yeah.
That freaking treasure is too freaking powerful. They've not had it for ages though. So.
Alright, here we go. So we're gonna
I get a pop on the aim.
+1 to aim. Then we're gonna target. Oh yeah. Now let's target 2. We're gonna get to.
Yeah, do to B. Yeah, it'll do less damage. Reroll that. Reroll that.
Eight plus that's 9. That's another
9. So
We'll do
that's.
survival.
No, that's load the cannons.
Oh wait, which cannon are
Fire
you using?
cannon. Fire. Oh yeah. So 9 plus 5. Yeah. So 14.
Yeah, I should be shooting.
Why are we not letting Callum
Just
shoot?
target by 2.
What is wrong with that?
Which brings it down to 0. Yeah?
Yeah. So by -0.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
We let Callum shoot.
No, it's alright. It's all good.
Or you.
Or me. Yeah. It's fine. He got it. He got there.
And then go captain. Read it again.
We got 5 too far. Is magic can written? No. Out of helm? No. Fighting? Yes.
Oh, wait.
You and Captain Vance do your best to repel Captain Razor, but the veteran soldier threatens to overwhelm you both. To make matters worse, you notice the wheel is now unmanned, and the ship has started drifting at the whim of the ocean's edge, all while being hammered with cannon fire from Captain Razor's ship.
Continue to defend the captain and call the nearest crew member to man the wheel. Leave Captain Vance to duel alone against
I'm not
Razor.
steering the ship.
Okay. So continue to be right at the helm on the ship's log.
So what are we doing? You're firing.
Why don't I? I'm pretty good at firing.
Yeah.
One of these
do I have-
could be firing.
I'm shooting at fire.
We can multiple people can fire.
Perform,
So we have to-
perform a swagger check.
No.
That's what you were doing, so.
I'm not good at either of them.
It's
10, there we go. 10. That's still there. It's acts the same as if you were all the one.
No one hears your voice above the chaos. The ship begins to rock as it crashes against the waves. You barely keep your feet, and Razor takes advantage of your instability.
Hull -1. Kate's infamy -4. And reduce dial C by 2.
Is that our captain?
Sorry, no. That's
the captain.
Attacking him, even if I'm fighting.
Yeah. So this who's got the best hunting? Because the captain was a hunting.
No, that was navigation swagger. I did it
that's
because I
a
had
different
one.
It changes.
Changes.
Alright, what's the end? 827. We've killed their sails though, so.
Roll a dice. Told this one for me.
Is dial A at 0?
No.
No. Dial C at 0? No.
They attack.
On the highest.
7 plus 0.
Yep. What's this one? Reduce hull, crew, and or supplies by a total of 4. Reduce dial C by 1. Begin a new round.
Is that our captain instead?
I think so. But
What are we going to do before we start?
obviously, maybe captain is their captain. I don't know. So start time.
You first. I'm gonna shoot. If only one person shoots, it should be fine.
What are we shooting at?
I'm presuming you have to take that one.
25 seconds. Alright. Load the cannons, David.
No, your aim is better than mine. I'll get off.
Spend supplies. Put the cannon for this loaded circuit in my infinite plus one. So let's flip. Do we?
Do you want to shoot a level 2 of them so I get another plus 5? Yes. One.
That's one, and then infinite plus one.
Great. I can't increase my aim anymore, but I will shoot the hull. Great unit. Okay, 2. I'll spend 3 for that. 11
This one.
plus 5 plus 16 plus 5 as well, so a total of 21. So I'll reduce it by 3. And instead of
It's me, so I'm going to get a hunting. And then what do I do?
do 100 plus
6, 7, 8.
8, you get 2
Thank you, Anaconda.
Anaconda.
Hey. With the raiding party. Hey, thank you for the raid.
We are well and truly into a game of
Forgotten Waters.
Alright, finish your turn.
Hey, Baby Q. Have you been here the whole time, Baby Q?
Yeah, I did.
We haven't heard of it.
10 out of 10 look from here.
What were you streaming, Anaconda? I'm done, aren't I?
No, you gotta choose your action.
Ah.
You can get 2 supplies if you want. Get 2, sure.
So, what was it? Supplies plus 1?
Yep.
1.
You were in Anaconda's stream. What?
What?
Wow.
Wow.
Great that Anaconda's here, thank you so much.
She was streaming Lee.
She's gone now.
Ah, me. Nice.
But I'm kind of still a little gutted that you weren't watching this.
Fancy Scarf, when you try to gain 1 or more infamy, you may instead steal 1 treasure from another player that is lower than you on the infamy chart.
You love my treasure.
Okay.
Alright. 525.
Read the thing.
We're going to find out if it was our captain or their Captain Razor. 5.
It's going
2,
somewhat.
5.
I mean,
We're not dead yet.
he's taken it out, and he's basically catching up, and I don't know what we're doing.
We're just sitting back going, yeah, just do your thing, guys.
You catch Captain Vance as he recoils from Captain Razor's slashing blade.
We're not doing so well, are we, me matey?
Captain Vance asks as he coughs up some blood.
I think it's time for me secret weapon.
What's that, Captain? You ask, wondering if the old man has finally lost it.
Here you go, me matey. Eat this.
You peel back the lid and spy an odd green mush inside.
This'll make any sailor as strong as an ox.
He insists.
Trust me.
Do you eat the green mush, refuse it, and help the old man up?
I'm gonna eat the mush.
Listen to the captain.
You slurp down the can of mush as quickly as you can. As it slides down your throat, you feel a power growing inside you. But before you grasp what is happening, Captain Razor appears behind you, his blade lifted high, aimed at the center of your back. You dodge out of the way and strike Captain Razor with a forearm that has grown several times the size it once was. The blow sends Razor flying, giving you more than enough time to gather up the captain and get him to a safer place on the ship. That tasted like spinach, you say. Was that spinach?
Don't be ridiculous.
Vance laughs.
How would spinach do that? Nah, me matey. Those were the brined and shredded genitals of sea cows. Real magic stuff.
You ate genitals and sea cows.
We'll do it again.
Write magic pan on the ship's log. Retrieve card 12, magic stuff from the story deck. So we are at 8, to 7.
Next time you perform a check, add 10 to your result, and then return this card to the story bin.
Whoa. Is dial A at 0? No. Is dial Z at 0? Yes.
Is this all there is to Jezbot Vance?
Razor lifts your captain into the air and laughs evilly.
Did you fools really risk life and limb for this old sack of bones?
Ah, what do you know about living?
Growls Vance, and suddenly he has a dirk in his hand. It sinks into Razor's collarbone, and the enemy captain cries out and drops Vance to the deck.
Fight on, boys and girls!
Screams Vance.
For death or glory!
Begin a new round on this page. If dial A is not at 0 by the end of the next round, reduce your hull to 0.
What are we going to do? We're going to...
2 people need fire.
So Callum and I will
One load.
You 2 need a fire.
So even
you
then,
need
won't
a
get there. But they won't get there. We can't win.
Because the most we can reduce it by is what? 6.
So we need another way to reduce. But someone needs to rally the crew, but that's not enough. They can't reload it.
We can't.
Well, one's loaded already, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But
So
we need
one
to
person can shoot. The
Get
other
you both
person-
to shoot.
So, yeah, so we need... Are you good with Swagger?
Yeah.
So maybe David rally the crew, Kate load the cannons, and Callum and
I have to guard the captain. That's still a...
But...
Good you in the
Like,
chat.
he's gonna do something else. I've just been sitting by this dude not getting any...
You
I
should
don't know what I'm
definitely fire the
doing.
cannon, to be fair. Because we've got plus 10.
It's true.
Yeah, but my aim
Alright,
is pretty
ready?
shit. No, what are we doing?
Well, we're not meant to be able to discuss, we're meant to just... Do. So, I might as well gather the rig again.
Why? Because he wants to get his fucking hunting up. Because he's
Shit's going down anyway.
If you'd loaded the cannons last turn, we would have done this.
No.
You think you let the team down here? I'll guard the captain. No, you got.
Alright, I was gonna say, just...
Right. If you loaded the cannon last game, we would have been able to rally the crew and
Flip
do
the
this.
cannon.
I believe what
Oh.
I know. No. Cool, done.
So, I will roll. Worse.
Yep.
But that will still get to me to a 7.
Plus 1.
Oh, 6. Actually, I didn't think about it before. So if I took a 6, then we'll get to 11 plus 5 is 17. Still not there.
Do you not have anything else on you?
No, that's me. So 17. And I didn't choose to do it. So, but this one takes me to 7 plus 5 equals 12.
Right.
So reduce it by 1. That was the one.
No, I'd already done.
Ah, cool. I forgot about plus 5. Alright.
Flat. Well, we weren't going to make it anyway, so... Why bother? And what do I do? So then make a check. I'll reroll. 11. So 11.
Is choose 3.
Oh, okay.
Supply, treatment. You can choose multiples.
Supply. Ooh, it's the end of the game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
2 treasures and a supply.
Yeah. Stuff there.
I'm got it. We're all coming down to the
This is
Galactic
Hey, well, we're gonna make it. We're on 7.
ridiculous.
We need.
No, you cannot justify this.
I can. No.
No, guys. Am I
Because
like
you're selfish before, mate.
You have to get rid of one.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
So we'll get another
Can you
supply.
put in 525?
I'm gonna still may as well.
5, 2, 5.
Yeah, and fighting razor at the helm.
Magic can on the ship's log.
Yes.
What's the matter, Jezbet?
Razor snarls.
You're not fading already, are you?
Vance parries each blow aimed at him, but the old man's reactions are clearly slowing.
He's not gonna make it.
Big Henry cries.
We have to help him!
Left Eye Laura shouts back. The two pirates work together to pull a cannon out of its placement on the deck and slowly turn it toward the dueling captains.
That's it.
Can you tell me what
Yeah. Help them take the shot. Tell them to put the cannon back. Perform an aim check.
Plus 10.
Yeah.
7.
4. 11.
Nice.
23.
Yeah. That's more than 13.
The cannon's muzzle flashes with a boom, and smashing through the railing, the artillery piece recoils right over the ship's edge. When the smoke from the shot clears, you see Captain Vance panting with relief. All that remains of Razor is a pair of smoking boots.
Remove one cannon from the ship. If possible, fill in 1 star on your constellation. Infamy +5. Lock action 6.
Oh! Damn, imagine.
Well, that would have helped. That would have been able
Yeah.
to do it.
Right, if you got rich or you got learned more, fuck, doesn't matter.
So what is it? 826.
827.
827. Is dial A at 0? Is dial C at 0? Yes.
Is this all there is to Jezbet Vance?
Razor lifts your captain into the air and laughs
that's-
evilly.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, it just
It said if you was at the end.
end the ray. Yeah, end the phase, reduce the hold to 0.
And if they're at 0, what have we got to go to? 952. So lose the game.
As you sink into the water, the ruin of your ship rushing past you into the darkness below, you can't help but wonder if maybe, just maybe, you should have all worked together a little more. Captain Vance floats past you, his hat lost, and he gives you a dejected shrug and a look that seems to say, well, nuts.
Oh, close.
We did so well.
One action.
So close.
Well, it would have been one action, but then Callum and I both would have had to roll over 18. Which
And you still wouldn't have had enough.
2, 4, 5.
Because you had 7. The most
Six.
takes off a 6.
But we
7,
could have
8.
rallied the crew.
So I would have needed
and
plus
roll
3,
the neg 1.
11. Yeah, I would have needed to roll a 7 plus on my roll. And then you would have been very similar as well, I imagine. So that would have been fine, but we still would have been 2 short.
Yeah.
1 shot.
One shot.
And then we would have rallied the crew.
Daniel, your
Ah.
bullshit.
Rallied the crew would have got us there.
Yeah, but we couldn't do rally the crew.
Because somebody didn't
Because
rally
someone
the
did it.
crew.
Because they were hunting the turn before.
I was
Right.
getting stuff. We could have done stuff.
How do we, who gets legendary?
No,
You?
bad
No.
ending, man.
Well, no, that's no one gets there.
Well, I'm gonna say dead,
Oh no,
so
because
it's
we
irrelevant.
did.
We're
No,
dead.
I would have had, after a handful of adventure, your crew was taken prisoner by the Royal Navy after trying to relieve some merchants of their rare shipment of Barracuda livers. Much to your surprise, you actually find a strange level of comfort aboard a royal frigate. Everything is kept tidy and organised, and safety is the #1 concern at all times. Once your sentence is served, you move to the mainland port where, living with a beloved wet emu, you spend the rest of your days creating safety manuals and emergency evacuation maps for ships in the Royal Fleet.
So I would have.
That was my good ending.
Is that what you're about to tell me?
I got a lead on a potential means to get my life and family back, but it required me stealing to get the gear I'd need. No one will miss this barrel of seafood, will they? But then I would have got the good ending, which is you spend months avoiding the persistent hunters who dog your trail, but eventually your luck runs out, and a royal frigate, the bloated squid, traps the ship. Give us the murderer of Duke Wallace, and the rest of you can sail free, the enemy captain yelled, but your fellow crew respond with gestures and taunts of shocking and impolite nature. Who knew these sea dogs would stand up for you? The royal frigate open fires, but your veteran crew responds with a blistering barrage that cripples them. You discover a month later that the enemy captain, rather than admit defeat after locating you, claims his ship was damaged after successfully sending yours to a watery grave. The hunters ended with your apparent death, and you return home at last to your joyous family. Would have been my good ending.
The good ending.
Bad crew ending.
That proves that you worked solely for the service of others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's decided that. Let's see if I can name it. Peanut the Hydrated and Creepy Roar never let it go, you pieces of shit, and eventually make me realize that it is in fact possible I'm a magically animated skeleton. Unfortunately, the novelty of your status as previously deceased diminishes the demand for you on most pirate ships, despite your exemplary track record and letters of recommendation from previous captains. You live on, forever penniless and on the street, where you learn that magically animated skeletons can experience hunger, but are incapable of dying from starvation. You begin to doubt your existence, wondering if you are somehow being tortured in the hells, until one night you accidentally scare a passing brick mason who is carrying a sledgehammer, and he proves definitively that magically animated skeletons can be re-killed.
That's great.
I have poor Chuck the Walrus. You leave your pirate life behind, decide to take up your old travelling troupe. You find them at a bustling port and begin to reminisce about the old days together. You learn the troupe is performing on a pirate ship and they invite you to join them for an onboard performance. You join your old castmates, but once aboard, the the alpaca, like captain, explains to you that you explains that you are to dress as pirates, since each scene in the new play is centered around the theme of piracy. You barely finish putting on a pirate puffy shirt when the local guard arrives to arrest everyone on board. You and the other members of the troupe try to explain you are merely actors and not pirates, but your words fall on deaf ears. The rest of your days are spent performing for fellow prisoners.
Bad squad, let's do it.
I was very close to legendary, to be honest.
Oh,
You were one off, weren't you?
Were you?
I mean, if someone had
I
shared the
had
hunting
it too.
around, I would have got a good ending.
Well,
Anyway,
But
an underwhelming ending.
Underwhelming.
let's quickly review because I do have a long drive ahead of me.
Yes. So, would you play this game again, David?
Yeah. I'd like to have a go at scene 2, or whatever it is, scenario 2.
Yep. Callum?
Yeah, I played again.
yeah, I would play it again.
Okay. Yeah, I've played this several times, and actually I've even played this scenario several times. So, would you recommend it to a friend, David?
Yes, I would.
Callum?
Barbecue chicken's one, mate. I'd recommend. Tim, get back here. I need to make sure that you make worse decisions than me.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I
Pretty
recommend.
simple premise.
I think that this is actually a great introduction game to people as well. It's pretty simple in terms of how
Writes it all
yeah,
out for
like
you.
yeah, it's just kind of like the hard part is the quick movement, but it's not like Space Cadets or Captain Sonar where it's just constant. You've only got 40 seconds of what do I do?
And let's be honest, if you didn't want to play with your 40-second, well, you don't have to.
No,
Do you?
well,
Like,
yeah.
it's not compulsory.
We can extend the time if you wanted to, but
like-
we always said it's 40. And realistically, if you don't make it in that time, that just goes up by 1. Like, we never were really in danger of anything other than the hull.
Yeah.
So, would you buy the game, David?
Not if you, as you own it, I would not.
But would you buy the game if I didn't have it?
No.
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 I
Not
bought
even
it knowing you have it.
You bought it?
I bought it knowing you had it.
I would probably buy it. Yeah, if you didn't have it again.
Yeah. Obviously, I own it. I'm not sure if I'd buy it if a friend had it, but I'd definitely buy the game at its recommended retail. I did buy it at its recommended retail price.
I bought it for you.
Oh, you did you? Well, it was on my wish list, so it was one of the games I was going to buy. So,
Yep.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on the?
It's my favourite pirate game.
It absolutely is, yeah.
It's my favourite pirate game by far.
When is International Talk Like a Pirate Day?
Any day.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
it's term 4.
Yeah, it's
We
October 4.
celebrated, I guess, so much as we get celebrated at school.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's a ripping little game. I think you have a lot of fun with it. Just like the unpredictability of the little words that mean so little,
but
to be so much.
Yeah.
That was fun. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah. And not telling, I don't think if you were ever to teach someone, don't tell them that. Just go write a bunch of stuff there.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts?
Have a great week, everybody.
have a fabulous
Bless
week.
you, keep you, love you.
It's not the
thank
weekend.
you.
I always feel weird on Tuesdays.
So we do have Formula D coming up on Saturday night, so make sure you hit us up for that.
I'll be there.
We've got the drink, which you'll find out on Friday. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining us.
Have a
We'll
great
hit up a raid to Onisarius. Make sure to check out our socials. They're on the channel. And we shall see you all in the next video. Thanks all for joining us.
Cheers.
Bye.